I love him. Is a pop faded chain or play good on Kane? I mean, I guess it could be for Fall Zero. You're mashing on that. I don't know if you really need it for Sucia. Maybe Hexa, I guess. You get hit with a Kicking the Spell trigger or something. I don't know. It's not bad, I guess. There's not really like a super good fourth skill for him anyway, so not really a bad option. GBH. I think my game has like flurry or some crap on S4. Okay, S4 for hex and stuff. Good. Yeah. I mean, it's one of those things where it's like, it's one of those things where it may come up once in a blue moon, where it's like you took a dispel trigger by accident, or not by accident, but like you got caught out by a dispel trigger and then you had to take it, and then you dropped Faded Chain like right before 15%. It's like, okay, what do I do? Or if you're actually trying to build Faded Chain for Fall Zero, you could make it so you don't have to OE as much. But pretty much in both of those fights, you don't really need it. Because the plan is to just OE as little as possible anyway. But alright, so happy Artifact Day indeed. Hi, Rich. Can't wait till Guild War to get Lapis Merit for my dopest. What the heck? So close to 5-star cast. At a point where all my high level stuff is OGI based. Well, I mean, if your high level stuff is OGI based, then it probably matters a lot less for you because you're gonna get Faded Chain anyway. But yeah. Stream yesterday, I had to leave like an hour in, but I watched the rest of the VOD. Nice. Where artifact space Doko? Yo, how about you just clear out some of your artifacts? I also couldn't watch it live, but I watched the VOD and it was fantastic. Yeah. Thought you were asking DY about like every win character. Bro, I do that in every ramble. That's how I do every ramble. Every ramble we go through literally every character. I drag them through everything. Because the thing about it is seeking, if I don't do that, somebody's gonna be like, you forgot oddly specific character. They could be useful for this and this. And then if we didn't mention them and then they actually get used in Guild War, then they're really gonna be like, I can't believe you guys didn't mention so-and-so. I used them and they were the MVP of my Guild War. It's Rob Bonus drops day and I get like 3 things done at once. Dang. Yo, you should wait though until like 7 a.m. for the Evangelion thing. This is true. Last time you asked Aku about, yeah, I do that. I literally, like I said, I told him, I literally do that for everybody. I literally just go through my list of characters because I pretty much have every character, and every character that I don't have, I'll just go to like the Linksmate page and I'll look at them there. But I literally just go through all my characters and then I just asked about those. But yeah. Honestly, bro, that like yo, don't tell him this, bro, but that pre-Guild War Ramble was like such a like benchmark when I thought about it. Cause it's like thinking like DY was like DY was like one of the reasons why I started playing this game like as heavily as I did. And he's like the reason why I joined Squad originally. Believe it or not, it wasn't for Umikin. But I wanted to join Squad. It's also funny too because Seeking when I originally joined Squad, DY wasn't even in the crew at the time. I think he was like in Kingdom. But I just like pretty much I knew that Umikin was always in DY's chat, and I knew that they were like friends, so I just assumed they were in the same crew. So when I saw Umikin recruiting for Squad on Twitter, I was like, oh my god, that's DY's crew. I'm gonna join that. And then I joined it, he wasn't even in there. And I was like, okay, well. But then he ended up joining back later, I guess. But yeah, so it was just like, it was kind of just like, I actually like, it's just crazy that I went from like, I mean, I'm still a fan of his, but it's just like, it's crazy that I just went from like fan to actually being able to like interact with and poke his brain about wind related stuff. Just kind of cool. I think the wind artie's got raw animals, more wind crystals, high wagger. I think this one felt very long because you guys had a lot to say. I mean, this one was, how long was this one in comparison to the other ones? I do think that one may have been a bit longer because, like, funnily enough, DY rambles almost as much as me, if not more. Funnily enough. Because he had, like, it kind of felt like he really just wanted to talk about wind for a hot minute. Like, like, it almost felt like, you know, like a kid when they draw something and they, like, show it to their parents. That's what it kind of felt like with some of his wind stuff. Because it was, like, because like, I asked him, or I told him, like, when we were scheduling it, because literally that all happened yesterday, by the way. I literally woke up and I realized that, that Guild War was further away than I thought it was. So I was like, okay, well, I guess maybe I can try and get a guess. Let me try DY, because he's the first choice for win. Let me try and ask him. And he responded, and he was like, yeah, I'm you know, I'm willing to do it. Like, when do you want to schedule it? And like, blah, blah, blah. So we tried to schedule it and stuff. And he was like, what do I prepare? And I was like, well, I pretty much just go through characters, summons, weapons, you know, and grid stuff. And that's pretty much it. So like, if you have anything to prepare in terms of that, then, you know, that's pretty much it. Like, if you have to think about anything, that's pretty much all you got to do. And he was like, well, I already set up my setups, and I was practicing stuff and blase, so I'm good. Like, we can literally do it today if you want. I'm like, okay, let's just get it over with then. But it was like he had already gotten his setups done. Like, he had already tested all his stuff for the different things, so it was like, I think he just wanted to show it to someone. Oh yeah, I was checking the time on this one. Oh yeah, I guess that one was like double the time actually. His cheers, pretty much all of them were around 2 hours, except that one. Cheers was 1 hour 55 minutes. Umikin was 1 hour 47 minutes. Aku was 1 hour 45 minutes. I gotta look at Gwen's, because Gwen's was like different. Gwen's was like 2 hours and 3 minutes, and DY's was literally like at 3 hours. So it was like a whole extra hour. But yeah, like unironically, he like he like he yaps like as much as me, if not more, unironically. So it's good. Good more content. Okay. Gotta collab with a role model, very nice. Yeah, clip that and post it in crew chat. Bye. You're standing with the Giants. The sweet story. It was not cool and making like 40 minutes to an hour. Well, no, they were all pretty much like 2 hours. They're like longer content. You'd be like, what about this weapon? And he's like, I got you. Let me show you the whole rotate. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was so excited to show off his stuff. I wonder if that's because you guys are both streaming. Yeah, I do think so. I think it's because we're both I think it's because we're both streamers and because we were both streaming. I think it's a lot easier to unironically, like, obviously it's called the pre-Guild War Ramble, but I think it's a lot easier to ramble when you're streaming. Because you're just kind of in general trying to make it more entertaining. Whereas when I usually do them in video format, it's usually just us two, and it's just like, you know, we're trying to talk to an audience, but we're also just kind of talking to each other. So it's like, we probably stick on points less than when you're streaming and you're kind of just trying to elongate it for the stream. I was curious what you thought was the best TPT Earth Andromeda team, just in terms of pure damage. I mean, it's the Shalim. Well, it's the Shalim Lich Luo team. That's just the best team. Unless you mean just in general. You mean just in general? Or Earth? Like Andromeda? Or are you talking about Versusia? Also does help the chat can ask the dumb questions that you guys wouldn't think of. Yeah, also true. Yeah. Unironically, if you take that 3-hour VOD, at least 30 minutes of that had to do with different people's questions. Like, unironically. So that's already an extra 30 minutes over what usually happens. And then if you also include the stuff where DY wanted to show his setups, that's probably another 30 minutes. So that's probably where the extra hour is. In general, if you're talking about pure DPT, it had to be optic. Yeah, I think if you were going in general, I think it's probably Shalim. It's Shalim Octo, and then I think it's probably either Lich or Luo for the last slot. It depends. The question is, I don't know if Luo Octo Shalim loops properly. I guess it's supposed to if Octo can give his bar up. Like if you press S2, so that might be more, but I know after once Shalim gets double Ogi, Shalim Octo Lich loops how it's supposed to. So I think that's probably the best one. Do I want this, by the way? Not really. I think Siegfried would do more damage than those characters provided you get enough bars. More than Luo Lich. Maybe? I mean... yeah, well... I don't know, actually. I think it'd actually be pretty close. Because the thing about it, I guess, like... Siegfried would probably be better just off rip, but the thing about it is if you're taking 10 stack Luo into account, 10 stack Luo, his S1 is like almost 10 mil. Like one cast. So his S1 can pretty much match match Siegfried's 2 red skills, and then 10 stack Luo also double Ogies, so it matches Siegfried's like Ogi plus follow-up attack, assuming you're just Ogi looping on Siegfried, like assuming you had the bar and you're just Ogi looping on Siegfried too, so he's never auto attacking. It's like pretty much the same. I guess the only thing about it though is Siegfried does when he presses S1 he does amp like the next damage as well, so I don't know how much that will play into account, but I feel like those two, assuming Luo is at 10 stacks, are probably pretty close. And if you're just purely Ogi looping, but I don't know. 40 Astra, stand in my way. I believe in you. And full stack, Siegfried, Ogi, change stun, Whirlwind. Earned all the extra pots I got from boxing the last event. Hey, welcome to playing the game, bro. Welcome to playing the game. Dude, I gotta farm. I've been kind of like lazily just full autoing my dailies the last couple days. Granted, I've been doing other stuff the last couple days, but I haven't, pretty much ever since I finished my Versusia weapon, I haven't gotten like any more sands or bars. Just literally just been doing like dailies and stuff off game, I guess. I really need to like lock in and get some bars and sands again. Rebuild my stock. My stock is like so cooked. It's funny because like everybody's stock is like cooked. I even saw thinking I was watching Inuosan Seeking stream earlier today, and even that man, I mean that man used to be running daily hexas and Fa zeros, and that man was still only at 6 sands when I saw him earlier, and I was like, God dang, bro, dude's getting freaking cooked. So there's like no salvation for anybody. Guess Luo got the debuffs and the perp mod on the team, so that's fair. Yeah. Oh yeah, also true. Yeah, he also gets the attack up. So I feel like they'd probably be pretty close. I think that just bare minimum, I think it's seeking. I think it's Shalim and Octo, and then the question is just, I guess it's a 3-way tie between Siegfried, Luo, and Lich. I guess also you just have to take into account as well if assuming Siegfried gets enough bar to loot how he's supposed to. 60 sands is fairly steep, yeah. Does it take it easy for now though, when Guild Wars coming up and next month a new raid series as well? I mean, yeah, but the thing about it is like taking it easy is how you end up going into Versusia needing actually 60 sands and not like 30. Because I know it's crazy to even think about, but I'm already thinking, I'm wondering if the celestial weapons are gonna need sands too. Unironically, I know it sounds crazy considering they just put a 30 or a 60 sand like hole in the game, but the celestials, I wouldn't be surprised if they also need sands, especially considering we're gonna get a sand from Evangelion, and we're getting a sand from Guild War 2. I wouldn't be surprised if they also need sands. Even if it's just one, I wouldn't be surprised if they need one. Do I fire a Dark Draconic Providence next? I don't know. What do you think we'll get in the new raid series? I want new Magna weapons. I mean, to be honest, Magna needs it like really bad. Magna is getting gapped pretty hard right now, I feel. Like, I think Versusia just like blew a hole in Magna. The fact that we literally had that conversation the other day that was like, what do you need for Magna and Versusi? And it's like, go Primal. That's not good. That's not good. I think Primal's really, really strong right now. I think, Magna's having issues. Fire so you can full auto Siete raid. Maxing out Versusi weapons takes more sands than alternate evokers plus Bahamut plus Luthor. Bleeze new Magna weapons, I beg, or new unboosted skill supplemental. The only way new Magna weapons help is if we get missing skills and bootleg and bailment. Maybe one sand, but not more. That's fair. I would also be okay with 5-star report Hollow Sky weapon. Also surprised that those weapons needed both 40 of Fly and Hexamats on capping Matt's creep. I mean, I wasn't really surprised, to be honest. I think they're gonna keep, like, I mean, I don't really know what other high level weapons they're gonna keep putting in the game, like, in the near future, but I would expect going forward to continuously need Fa and Hexa, and eventually Versusia mats too, just because they want to keep the raids alive. And that's how they keep the raids alive, is they make stuff like bullets, they make stuff like destroyer weapons, so you have to go back and farm them. I just need my win clear from Fall Zero to finish the Dark Opus. Also, just the further and further along in the game we get as well, those raids just become more and more power crept to the point that even though you have to farm them, they're like significantly easier to farm than they were like when they came out. So they kind of stopped caring about just not having them in random stuff. Sheesh. I don't know where I'm gonna use this, but that's not a kicking. It's not bad. Almost cap. NA max superior elemental reduction. And Ellie attack. I guess. I need my win clear from Fall Zero to finish the Dark Opus. Better hop in there then. They just made Awakening 10 need M3 Anima as well. Yeah. Which is also another reason why I've been getting back to doing my dailies. The upside of running Versusi is that clear nets you a lot of mats unlike the other raids. Kinda true, yeah. Kinda true. I think the thing about it though is they also see that I mean it's not a lot of mats, it still doesn't really reach Versusia, but I think the thing that they essentially say is not only is Fall Zero and Hexa easier, so you can just run it faster than you can run Versusia, but you also have the free quests for both of those raids too. So it's not like a ton of extra mats, but there's more extra mats that you can get. I realize I should do Dark Draconic Problem, because Nier is my next FOB evoker. You see drop so much M3 anima though. Dude, forget about the M3 anima, bro. Dude, dude, I've gotten so many rings, man. Like, bro. Look at this crap. Why do I have 91 rings and 19 of these, bro? I remember I saw that joint the other day and I was like, bro, I haven't been bar farming or anything. Where'd I get all these seeking rings from? I didn't even do records. And I was like, oh yeah, thinking Versusia drops them. How many mats on average for Sussy Glare? I feel like you get like bare minimum, like, what, like 6 or 7 of the horns and like 3 or 4 of the whatchamacallits? Or maybe it's like 2 and 3 of the green things. It doesn't really matter, you always have a surplus of them. True. Still going through and transcending my opuses. These rooms going a little fast, man. Yeah. Yeah, Fa and Hex are really fast now. Because you drop from 3 animals. That host are one guaranteed, sometimes 2 animals. Dang, bro, this is another superior elemental reduction. Max out. You know? You know what's crazy, unironically? This could be a kind of good deking, could be kind of a good Luo artifact. Swap this last one to the deking, swap this last one to that deking, that faded chain thing. Pop that on Luo. Did I just get a sand? No. No. I've been in 1 sand. I wish I just got a sand. That'd be nice. I'm blind Mega Halo. I'm good. I wish, dude, I was actually thinking about getting those seeking like Galleon, or not Gal. Oh my god, screw Galleon, bro. I was thinking about getting those Fedial glasses and just getting like I was gonna pull a Joker and just see if you can get the frames that weren't like actual glasses and just wear them for style, but I decided against it. Honestly, I wonder if they're still available though. I don't ironically rock those. I saw you in my Galleon. Hey, thanks. Hi, Ire. Can't get rid of my artifacts. How do you pick whether to keep or toss? Guts. I trust my gut. I don't know. I'm kind of just like looking for specific stuff. Like I'm looking for like, for one thing, like it's got to be like usable, and it's got to have like stat lines that I would actually use. So like if it doesn't have like stat lines that I'm actually gonna use, like, and what I mean by that is not just necessarily like I'm looking for a specific stat line. It's that it needs multiple stat lines. Like I need multiple stat lines that could be useful. The only like, not caveat, the only exception to that is like triple attack artifacts, or like the 70% to HP artifacts, or like the bloodshed artifacts, like stuff that can be just useful regardless. Like if I have to sack a character, if I just need triple attack and I don't care about the rest of the stats. But like if I'm looking for something like if I'm looking for something for like Lich right now, right? Like I'm looking for skill related lines, I'm looking for triple attack related lines, and if I can't swap one line and then make it a nigh perfect artifact, then it's pretty much trash. Like if it has like I don't know, if it has like let's say one line is like I don't know, like triple attack, one line's like I don't know, like debuff success rate, one line is like special CA cap, and one line is like you have a chance to turn skip at the end, right? It's like that's an artifact that it's like even if I swap one line, I'm still not really getting what I want. So it's like that artifact becomes pretty much not what I want. Unless that artifact could just be useful for somebody else. Like, it's always possible it could just be useful for somebody that's not Lich. And it's just a staff artifact. But it's like, if it's an artifact like that where like multiple lines are not what I want, but then it just gets tossed. Unless it has one of those exception lines where it's like, I need the triple attack. But even like triple attack, I kind of care about less now because I have so many. Like, I've stockpiled so many just random like triple attack artifacts for like all the different weapon types for all the Ellies that it's like, if I need a triple attack artifact, like I just have them now. So like for me now, unless it has like triple attack and other desirable stats, or it's like one of those like double triple attack artifacts, like if the only thing that's good on it is triple attack now, I kind of don't care about those now either. Because I just have so many already. There's no point in like hoarding more. To the Class V champ weapons have you built out? I'm eyeballing the Mariachi and see my beta weapons. Have I built out? I built out all of them. I built out all of them because I'm a freak of nature. I get a lot of them that I see and I'm like, oh, that could be usable, and then I end up just hoarding too many. Yeah, I think that's another thing too, is like, and that's the reason why I don't really try and hoard. I don't really try and hoard ones that aren't like those exception ones, because pretty much if I'm gonna save an artifact, I kind of already have a character in mind that I'm gonna use them on. And it's more so if I'm not immediately using the artifact, then it's because I know in the back of my head that I could use it for this character, but I need to swap the line on the artifact. But if I'm not gonna immediately use it, if I'm not gonna immediately use the artifact, if I don't have a clear, I'm gonna swap this line to something, I just don't have the rerolls for it right now, and it's not an exception artifact, then it just gets tossed, essentially. Good evening, I'm going to bed. I'm putting on the stream in the background. Can you tell a bedtime story? One day there was a gingerbread house and there was a gingerbread man inside, and then he went outside and he went to the well to get water. He got water and then he came back home and then he read a bedtime story to his kids, and that was the end of the story. I hope that helps. He's a demon. Yeah, dude. Whenever those raids come out, that's why I go crazy the first couple of days, because I just get the weapons and then I'm done. Although, to be honest, I'm not done now because I need them for the future origin classes, but I'm done with the weapons. So good, I cry every time. 12 out of 10, no notes. Story's so bad it worked like coffee on me. His writing was this fire. Yeah, it's that gif of that one dude opening up the book and it's just like burning. Then he's like flailing on the ground. Thought you were gonna say that house got eaten and the gingerbread man got eaten too. Yeah, I was thinking whether or not to make it a good or a bad story. I mean, the story was still bad anyway, but yeah, see, like this one, right? Like, see, this is like an artifact where it's like, okay, like I see this joint and it's like, this is kind of whatever and this is kind of whatever, but these two are good, right? And then I'm thinking in my head like, okay, well, this is like so whatever that it's kind of like it can just stay for the heck of it. It doesn't really matter. So in my head, I'm thinking, okay, this has triple attack, it has skill damage. I could just swap this line to something that I want, like in a cap or in a like supplemental or something like that, and then I could make this useful. So like this is an artifact where I'm like, okay, this is kind of good. Like it's not like a great artifact, but I can make that usable if I just swap one line. But if those top lines had been like, debuff success rate and like defense, I would have been like, okay, well, this is probably just seeking useless. Like, Because now I gotta swap like 3 different lines to make that joint useful. So it's like, what's the point? You might be the next Oda. I didn't know you were the author of Solo Leveling. What about Blackbeard from One Piece writing? Did you see I soloed Subaha and win today? I didn't. Congrats though. My start now with CCW, I just full auto them until I get enough for the next Origin Glass, then repeat the new one gets released. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Dude, the Seeking Destroyer weapons fixed like both of my full autos, by the way. I like cooked the old man and the Seeking the Martial Mastery dude too. My full auto, I tweeted about this yesterday, but I like one of my favorite things about the Destroyer weapons is I feel like a lot of the high-end full autos for a lot of stuff across multiple elements was like really tight, and like the Destroyer weapons just kind of pushed them to the next level. Like they pushed them to where they were supposed to be. It's like I'm fulfilling the vision that people had that just was like slightly inconsistent before, and now it just kind of works because the Destroyer weapon just pushes the damage where it needs to be. What if you can't actively think of a character in mind to use it, like a Dark Katana with good stats? I see it and I'm like, could be good, but I don't know anyway. I mean, it's really just how much do you want to cope on a character in the future? That's what it is. Like I've been someone who I've definitely saved like some max HP artifacts that aren't inherently useful now, but I'm like, what if they just create another character that's like Womdus in the future, and then this is like useful? So like, I'm not immune to like trying to future-proof myself either, but at the same time, it's like, I just try not to hoard a lot. I think that's actually another thing too, is like, I also, when I'm saving for like future characters too, I'm also like just more like, I'm more, I guess like aggressive in the saving, where it's like, for me, it's like I just said, I would save like a max HP. Like I'm not gonna save like a min HP roll, because what if they make a Womdus? But if it's a max HP roll, like literally a purple line, it's like, okay, I'm willing to save that. It's already maxed out. So like if I'm trying to future proof, I'm more so looking in that case if it has any max lines. If it has any max lines, then I'm like, yeah, I'll save this. Hardest part would be beating the Titans if you're Magnum. Just need to know your characters, because like I main Dark, but every time I get a Dark Harp, I just scrap it. If you need the HP cut at battle start for Susia, just be lucky and have them saved. Yeah, bro. Dude, I know what cooked me more than anything, bro. Dude, why does Light need three Teaking whatchamacallits, bro? Three Teaking bloodshed artifacts, bro. That joint cooked me. Honestly, to be fair though, I've probably discarded some light bloodshed artifacts in my time, but I honestly don't know if I've ever gotten 3 of them that could have worked for all 3 of those characters anyway, because I just don't farm light in general. So like everything that's not earth is just less. Like if it had been an earth thing where I needed 3 earth bloodshed and I didn't have them, I would have been like, okay, that's on me, you got me. But any other Ellie, I honestly don't know if I would have had 3 anyway. Probably get a good Dark Heart character. I'm probably being too paranoid about it. I have like extra copies of all Revan weapons and other stuff ordered for the same reason, even M3s. Well, I think another thing too is I think at the end of the day, and this is the reason why I say like I only really try and keep good artifacts, because the thing about it is like, think of it this way, right? if the artifact inherently isn't good already, and you're just saving it because what if, like, just think about it this way instead. If you throw it out and the artifact wasn't good anyway, it just had one or two good stats on it anyway. If that character does come out and you really need an artifact for them, you can always just make it. Like, even if you have to make an unoptimal artifact that just has one stat line on it that you really need, you can just make it anyway. Like, you could just swap for it anyway. Because it's not like the artifact that you had originally was good anyway. So it's like, that's why I'm like, unless the artifact itself is good, there's not really a point in just saving it just to save it because, oh, one or two stat lines was good. Because if you need that artifact later, you can just make it. Even if it's unoptimal, your first one was unoptimal anyway. So it's just like, you either just save the good artifacts or you don't, essentially. Like, there's no point in just saving bad artifacts for what if. Because if you do need it, then just make it. Your setup doing double the damage of mine is unethical. Are you using romp too? I will say mine's doing a little bit more damage because of the I did put on my Galleon S2. I didn't have that on before, but I don't feel like turning it off again. That's giving me more damage than I was before. See, I could take see look. Like, this is kind of litty, actually. This is litty. This is litty. Almost max triple attack, skill cap, skill supplemental. Literally just swap this seeking. Heck, you could literally swap this crit rate to skill and put this joint on there. That joint's a litty artifact right there, bruh. That's only one line you gotta swap. Heck, I wish I had that joint on my Seeking Lich. That's the type of artifact I want on my Lich. Although, to be fair, I actually saw this. I don't know if it's worth, actually. I saw Komatsu actually had on his Lich. He's running the skill cap artifact that, like, cuts your NA and CA cap. I don't know if it's worth or not. Like, Lich probably doesn't really matter for the 8 mil trigger anyway, because, like, your MC and Shalim are the ones that matter the most. But I just don't know if the damage on her skills is actually, like, that much better, as opposed to you, like, considering your CA looping every single turn. I don't know if it actually maths out to be better or not. I think I'm more concerned about, like, how would I even know if it's good? Like, if I get a Dark Harp one that's CA cap, CA damage, how would I know if that would be useful later? I mean, the thing about it is, if you get one that's like that, then just keep it. That's already 2 lines. And they play into each other, too. So that's not a bad keep in general. Why are you not farming C for artifact? Because C keeping sucks. I'm using old Opus. Oh, like the perfect raid? Yeah, okay. Wyvern's just being a goober. They know C gets low. People are so desperate for Sands that C actually gets filled. Really? Well, the thing about it is C getting filled isn't even the issue. The issue is how long is that joint gonna take? Lich will never reach 8 mil, so that's fair, yeah. Well, the thing about it is it's not even that Lich won't hit 8 mil. Because I've seen Lich hit over 8 mil. It's just more so that the trigger won't reach Lich. There's not enough 8 mil hits for Lich to end up on the trigger. I actually joined a quick secret today. I was shook. Look at battle logs. Lich skills is like 2/3 of her damage. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it is worth. I didn't even check how many artifacts I have. I just assume I'm not finished yet. Because it's always slow as crap. Dang, that Saturn's AI. Dude, it's kind of funny seeing some of these people's like sands and bars when they post their weapon uncaps. Like I feel like my sands and bars were pretty close to each other. But I see a lot of people where there's like either they have like 500 sands in like 2 bars, or they have like 500 bars and 2 sands. It's like one or the other. Hey, Mug, can I please get one white Astra, please? Onegaishimasu? I have 40 bars and 25 sands. Yeah, like mine were pretty close to each other. I had like a little bit less sands than bars. But mine were pretty close. Can you spot me like 3 sands? Bro, look at the screen. I literally only have 1 sand in my life. Been trying to get one for 3 days. Bro, you ain't been farming hard enough then, bro. Dude, I was getting 3 sands a day. 2 to 3 sands a day, bare minimum. Here's some bars, twin. I ain't got them either, bro. I got like 5 bars in my inventory, I think. Yeah, five bars in my inventory, and then I think I got like 7, 8 in my shop. 8. So yeah, like I'm low, bro. I'm very low. This is the lowest I've been in a hot minute. Like a very long time. Yes, you will be blessed with sand. The sand gods tell me you have to slap a knees for an hour before you get one. Slap a knees? Oh no. Cosmos sand? First one I think from Cosmos, you're banned. But yeah, dude, I need bars and sands. Cause I already know I'm telling you, Earth is gonna get their Tiki Impalement on New Year's. I've been saying it for the longest time. But they're gonna get their impalement on New Year's, so that's already 6 bars. That's already my entire stock. And there's probably gonna be another grand too. So that's another 3 to 6 at the end of the year. And I said the needs had the sand, just you have to slap them for an hour. Oh, I see. That's just part of the rule. Okay. At this point, you can get improvement or impalement this flash. Bro, dude, some people were saying it was. I actually thought about that. That was one thing that I thought about when we did the pre-Guild War Ramble. Is I was like, what if they pull something on this last flash? Because usually the way I do it for the pre-Guild War Ramble is I try and schedule it to be right after the last banner, so that we can get like guaranteed everything. But I kind of like not only did me and DY's schedule just line up to do it yesterday, but I was like, we already got Teking Cassiopeia and the impalement. Surely they don't drop anything else wind related, right? So I was like, we can probably just go ahead and do it. But like, what if they actually drop something else on this next banner? How many sparks you got stocked for New Year? Bruh. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. On God, bro, I might do like another crazy spark plan. On God. I might do like another spark plan. You know, actually, dude, I don't think I actually ever told you guys. I might be getting a little bit of a raise at work, which was one of the things I was telling you guys about before, like months ago. And the first thing I thought about, okay, the first thing I thought about was what if I go play Nikkei again? Which is why I was talking about the Red Hood skin. But I don't know if I want to do that. So I might actually get my sparks up again for New Year's. I also lucked out really hard because I was kind of expecting that I was going to have to spark Evangelion, but I got really lucky with Asuka and the other guy, Karwu, or however you say his name. So I didn't have to spark that banner. So that's actually a saved spark. So I'm kind of up on sparks as opposed to what I thought I was gonna be going into Christmas, New Year's. Win Finny Stab. They're literally bullying Win with all these new releases, so I hope if Win gets Finny Stab, I may have to wail again. 4 mediocre games in a row. Store your net worth and DML points. Next couple of months will be rough on the wall. LER blows up too fast. A raise? Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I did. I actually, I won't go too in depth in it because I don't want to reveal too much about my peaking job or anything, but essentially, yeah, I think I'm getting a raise, which is really appreciated because, like, as you guys know, one of the things I've been saying is I'm trying to get out of the seeking house, which I love my parents and stuff, but it's like I want to just get out, and I was planning on doing it next year anyway, and my boss really helped me out. He really helped me out, so that should be good. So that plan is still on, but I also just like I definitely will have more wiggle room for gacha, which I know is already crazy considering how much I wail on this game already, but I'll definitely have more wiggle room to gacha. But I also just don't want to blow it all on gacha either because I want to do like moving stuff. But I don't know about Nikkei though. I'm still on the fence. I really am. Like, I really want, the thing about it is I really want to play Nikkei. I really do, but I'm just like, if I go back to Nikkei, I already know I'm going to be pissed off because I'm going to be behind. I already know I'm going to be pissed off because I know I'm going to be behind. I don't know how much I can control. Like, I was literally thinking, like, what if I just set like a monthly limit for Nikkei? And I'm just like, what if I only spend like certain amount of money for Nikkei a month? And I just stick to that because it is the side game. But then I'm just like, I know the whale tendencies are gonna come out, and I don't know if I can control myself and just stick to that limit. So I don't know. I'm still on the fence, and I'm trying to think about it before the Red Hood skin leaves because I really want the Red Hood skin. If I'm gonna play, I really want the Red Hood skin. So I need to think about it before it leaves. You still keep up with the story on Nikkei, or are you fully cold turkey? The story on Nikkei is gonna be a stream very soon. The story on Nikkei is gonna be a stream very soon because I need to read Goddess Fall. That new event seems crazy, and I need to read it. So that's gonna be a stream very soon. Now that I'm not in like wisdom tooth like waiting room, that's gonna be a stream very soon because I need to read that. You're not gonna let randoms on the internet know your private life? No. Open my treasure boxes. I need 7 more Astros. Is there a faster setup for Diaspora Magna than the Chaos Ruler Mash team? I don't know. I don't know if you can do anything that's like the Luchador one I have. I haven't tested anything else for Magna. The thing I want to ask is I'm ranked 300 soon and we'll be able to do Versusi, but I'm pretty sure even after testing no one will want to play with me, so I just tried to make a Tenacity loot comp. What do you mean no one will want to play with you? Just make your own room. Bare minimum, just make your own room. Even if you want to do that, just make your own room. Nikki has way too much of an investment. Like, dude, any limit you put is just gonna get you upset. Also, yeah, also true. Also true. Put the Red Hood skin as your wallpaper on your PC, bro. That's gonna make me want to play even more. My 6 is 140. I need lapis so bad. Also, you're working on so much stuff in parallel. And now you just getting tempted me, but I don't play enough anymore to justify it. Subby, solo, Paw, Hexa. I'm working on my new World Foundation with him. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like. I really want to play Nikke, but I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't know if it's. I just don't know if it's worth it for me. It's just. It's like so. It's so much. It's so much money, dude. It's so much money. And it's like I just at the end of the day, I still think it's probably just best for me to just read the story like how I've been doing, and just read it when I want to read it, and just do it that way instead of actually getting on the game. It just I guess it just sucks because it's like, I don't know. It's like one of those things where it's just like I like want to support Nikke because they're doing stuff that I like. Like they're doing good story that I like. They're doing good characters that I like. They're doing good music that I like. Like I enjoy a lot of aspects of Nikke, so it just feels like wrong to not be a part of the actual like game. I'm just like a bystander. So it's like I want to support the game, but I don't know, it's just really hard to support the Tekken game. It's really hard to support the game. Reason I got was people won't even join because I'm not max problem. My crew be max magna hating. I mean, you just gotta get in there, bro. I think you just keep up with the story, Nikke, because that's still really good, but like it won't help you trying to leave your house. Actually play the game. Yeah. Buy Nikke merch then? I already do. I already got the Scarlet one, and I got the Scarlet one already. I got the Red Hood figure and the Anise figure on Tekken order. I already got them joints. Dark and Fire and Isle One. Guild War being 11 days out, I've decided not to stone Bastet. Dang. Bro saying that until Guild War happens, that he's gonna be like, I've decided to stone Bastet. Dark Magna is fine versus you, I think. People don't need the Hades call. Kinda true, yeah. I quit Nikke during those greedy changes they made the C inversion controversy. They're fine. Spending like 3K on the game won't help with feeling like a bystander. Only came back to get free Roppy skin. I didn't even come back for that. Honestly, that free Roppy skin kind of sucked. I think the summer one was way better. But I do want that Red Hood skin though, bro. But I don't know, bro. If I could resist the D skin, I feel like I should be able to resist the Red Hood skin. The Red Hood skin is so hot, though. You didn't like it? No. That was like the worst one. That was like the worst one, unironically. Because that one was like, the thing about it is that one, like, I know people picked it because like they're kind of like horny about it, but like that one was literally just like, it was literally just Modernia's sloppy seconds. Modernia already got a skin that was exactly like that, but arguably better. Like, I know a lot of people didn't like it because, oh, she's moved on. She's become her own person and stuff like that. But unironically, that Red Hood version of Roppy was the best design. That was the best design. And I think it would have been cool to have a homage to Red Hood on a Roppy skin. Can you stop KMR Jr. to stop making some of these gamechas? No. Again, if you weren't aware, I would say come back, but not with your spending habits. It's a no-go. My bank account is crying. I think I bought the Cinderella, Crown, Mihara, Marciana, and more skins. So cook, because Nikke skins are not worth the money compared to Azure Lane ones. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna just stay off Nikke, bro. I think I'm gonna just stay off. But I do, like I said, I genuinely do, like, it's gonna be a stream soon to read the story and read the event, because that joint looks litty. Scamsha gave me Olivia so I can finally do Diaspora. God bless. Just cost me my meal for the next week, bruh. But heck is this? But yeah, I think I'm gonna just probably just stay off the game on God. I think I'm gonna probably just stay off the game. Yeah, am I done with artifacts yet? How many more are there? 4 more. Release me from this prison. I do 20 raws, no artifact. Glad I'm done with Wind Destroyer weapon for Guild War. Yeah, dude, I'm done. I'm glad I'm done with all of them, bro. Dude, that joint's such a freaking weight off my shoulder. Feels good, man. Feels good, man. It is kind of crazy though, because that content, Versusia is definitely meant to be like multi-month to like year worth of content. And I finished that joint in like 2 weeks. Which, to be honest, I'm not that opposed to, because I really need to refarm the sands and bars off of it. So like I need that extra time to do other stuff. But it's just kind of funny because it's just like, god dang. Corner roommates ESO over artifact. Finn is invoking me into dangerous situation. Is he literally pulling everything? They want to do a super labor bot swap with the high level server. Bro, Finn is in love with that peaking high level server, bro. Honestly, you should do that though. They were doing that in Jim's well, I guess it's not Jim's Discord, it's Seeking Kilo's Discord. But they were doing it in Kilo's Discord too, where they were just labor bot swapping with each other and getting them done. It's honestly a really good idea, because it, like, your clear rate is gonna go up a lot more. You just have good people carry you, so, as opposed to having to deal with it in Party Finder. So, like, if you have the opportunity to do it, I would do it, unironically. Realistically, I knew the real demons would make light work of it. Yeah. Yeah. It's good, but it's gonna be long. I mean, it's worth it, bruh. It's worth it. Just think of it like this, bruh. If you don't do it in there, you gotta suffer through Party Finder. And I know the Party Finder ones were, for me, were like, they were on average taking like 3 to 4 hours per Ellie for me. Not labor bot if I had any setups that can actually do the raid. Missing too much before I can tap in, but I'm looking forward to it. I got my win first try. It must be peaking nice. I'm gonna wait for power creep and do them on Guild War rotation. I think that's a good idea too. Just do them for the Guild War. They'll still offer that stuff later. Offer what stuff? I was planning on just waiting for power creep, but doing the swaps is fine too. I need to have 000, so I don't even feel like bothering to touch that raid. Yeah, you're kind of cooked without 000, I'm not gonna lie. Because even doing labor bot without 000 becomes a chore, because you actually have to do the thing. You gotta be ready for whatever the trigger is. Gotta do testing on teams to cope before that. Oh, the swaps? Yeah, probably. I mean, not everybody is gonna be able to do it right now. And I'm sure more people will still be doing Versusia in the future anyway. Because the thing about it is Versusia, for people like me, Versusia is like a future-proofing investment. Like I'm down to do it now anyway, because like not only do I get key swaps, but the mats are probably going to be used for stuff in the future. So the more I can get, I'm willing to get, just because the raid's new. In the New Year, someone makes a big difference. I don't, bruh. I need that joint to be a Tsuchinoko. Versusia is pretty insane drops. You want to swap keys too? Yeah. So. We'll keep that. I guess the New Year summon is Versusia with destruction damage call. Or damage. You think the new banner has new units or getting a nothing banner? I don't know. And ironically, we were talking about it earlier that it could have another wind thing, or it could straight up have Seeking Earth Impalement. So I don't know. Same as the streamer. We had nothing banner since like May. Yeah. Make that summon something I can skill. Yep. One single break. Speaking of Tsuchinoko, what are you meant to do with that weird Tsuchinoko drop from the records? Oh, you sell it for rupees. I think. Can't believe Dirt needs 5 seasonals and Illustrious just to come 6th in Versusia. Yeah, that joint is insane, bro. That joint is insane. I'm telling you, bro. Earth is so bad, man. It's so bad, dude. It's so bad. And the thing about it is, like, this is what I be saying, bro. This is what I be saying. When you make all these characters bad, dude, that joint just compounds on top of each other. It just compounds. And it's like, when you get to a raid like this, it's like, yeah, we can do the Seeking raid, but it's like our characters are built so badly that it's just like, we just get cooked. And it's like I was saying the other day when I was running with K-Team the other day, the issue with fronting is not even the fact. The issue with fronting isn't even the fact that the issue with fronting isn't even the fact that we don't do 8 mil hits with fronting, because like Dark, they don't care. They just push through it anyway. But the thing about it is our team does so little Seeking damage even with fronting that it's not worth taking. We're like it's not like if we took hunting and we just ignored all the mechanics, we do like 500 damage per turn. Our damage per turn sucks too, because the teams just don't do anything. They don't do any damage. Dark MC does more damage than the entirety of Earth's team. It's like, what are you talking about? Seeking, no. Our characters just blow, man. So it's just like, I don't know. I don't know, man. And then it's like the thing about it is, it's like, and then it's like, you're gonna turn around and give us Seeking like Ogi Impalement. It's like, unless that character that you give us Ogi Impalement with Seeking, that character that comes with Ogi Impalement, bro, we can't even push the whole raid, my guy. We're literally sitting on the entire first half. And then when we finally get to second half and we can actually do damage per turn, we get the most clicky characters ever. Like, I love Shalim. But it's like, bro, the fact that every single turn on Earth, optimally, you're pressing 4 Seeking buttons, man. It's like, bro, you're pressing 4 buttons bare minimum. on Earth every single turn just to come in 6th place anyway. It's like, what's the point? I'm not doing any taking damage. Joint takes forever and it does no damage. Where was I? I feel Earth Impalement is December Flash. I mean, that's what I've been saying too, but I don't know. It could happen. Lamrock Banner was kind of a nothing banner. Earth is super cooked without being Earth man. For me, I don't see a single solution except pure labor bot to get a clear. I mean, you can do well. I mean, yeah, they're hunting. Oh, I'm done with artifacts. Their hunting thing is still pretty much labor bot too, but yeah. They need to fix Dirt ASAP. It's getting ridiculous. At least right now. Lamrock was a nothing banner, but still the best new release win character. I would say compounded bad character. You got Valentine's Makara, can you please? Bro, Valentine's Makara does. She's not enough. She's not enough. She don't do enough. I will say Valentine's Makara is by far the best character though. Because at least Valentine's Makara, not only does she do damage, she does hits, and she does debuffs. Like, if anybody will survive the culling war, it's Makara. But everybody else sucks. Isn't clicking not as big of an issue since it's DPT, not DPM though? Yes and no. Yes, because yes, you want to do as much damage per turn. But the issue is when my damage per turn is still less than other Ellies, when I'm pressing all these buttons, and you have Dark and Light and Wind literally just pressing attack, and they still do the same, if not more damage per turn, there's an issue. Because not only am I still doing less with more clicks, I'm also slower. So the Rage of Seeking dies. Like all of Earth's damage per turn happens on the second team because you can't move on the first team. But if you're playing with good people that can just kill the kicking raid, you still can't do damage per turn because your team is so kicking slow. So you still end up looking like an idiot because you can't take 50 turns. For Earth damage per turn to look good, you have to take like 50 turns. And you can't kicking do that when it just dies. so it's just like you're just cooked in general. It's too slow and it does too little damage. It's not, but it's still annoying to do. Can Shalim be replaced for Ursucia? I mean, yeah, but it's gonna be 8. I feel like Earth Impalement would be that special December Flash that they do before New Year. Always get a gram there, yeah. I mean, I like I said, I just said it's gonna be on. I've said it's gonna be at the end of December for like a hot minute now. I guess it's possible that they could, if it really is just Ogi, they could release it on this next one because the raid is still hot. But I mean, that's my expectation. My expectation is that it's gonna be on at the end of the year. Light literally takes 2 turns. Yeah, exactly. It's like when you have Light doing what it's doing, and it's canceling every single trigger, and you're literally just pressing attack. It's like my damage per turn. It still sucks. It still sucks. So it's just like it's like, bro, it's just trash. It's just trash all around, bro. It's trash all around. Don't even get me started either on the grids, by the way. The grids also freaking suck. The grids also suck. Dude. God. That's something that also doesn't help, by the way. Something that also doesn't help. See, and this is something I was looking at yesterday. I was looking at this yesterday after the Wind Guild War Ramble. One of the things about Wind, right? Wind is also an element that doesn't bring its Exalto to high level stuff because its Exalto is NA based. But the thing about it, Wind has Seeking Siete and Katura, bro. Wind can play the game. Earth, I can't even bring my Exalto to the freaking raid, bro. And my characters suck. And I still can't cancel the triggers. So I'm literally just missing Exalto amp in my grid. I'm missing the whole Exalto boost in my grid. And I have to sit still. So I can't even do damage. I can't even take turns to make up for the fact that I don't have an Exalto. It's just like doubly cooked, bro. Like, what do you want me to do? It's just like, bro, it's garbage, man. It's trash. Earth just seeking sucks, man. It sucks. The fact that it's gated by 5 seasonals, yeah. I feel like needing Andromeda is the real issue since there's no variety option, yeah. Yeah. I know Light is so overpowered, but I still like the innovation to come up with an Ogi team that doesn't gain charge bar. Just like the Futsu team with Mugen the sub Lucio tech, super interesting team building. Hey, wish I could do that, bro. My god, again. Again what? But yeah, dude, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know what the heck they're gonna do with Earth, man. That joint just needs it just needs a ticking. It just needs amp, bro. And then you have dudes over here being like, oh my god, I can't believe you're complaining about kicking Held in him, bro. Have you seen Held in him? Held in him's so good, bro. Like, bro. Like, dude. Come on, man. Like, just realize that you're getting cooked. Realize that you're getting cooked. Wake up and smell the roses. You're getting chopped, my guy. I formed like 15 Raws while my crewmate was failing his ESO and didn't get any artifacts. Went back to clear his ESO and immediately got to use his fire artifact. I'm dead. Bro. Dude, that's another thing, bro. Speaking esoteric. I put out that esoteric, bro. I put out that esoteric, right? I put out that esoteric because I was like, okay, this just works better than what I had before. You know what I was trying to do though, right? I was trying to test the freaking esoteric. I was trying to test the freaking esoteric with hunting. Bro, it don't work. I died. Everything I tried when I was trying to do fighter origin, even with the new weapon, by the way, I freaking died. I just died to the triggers. I need freaking Andromeda's healing. Everything just freaking dies. Because I'm taking minus 30% defense and I still can't do damage. I can't just kill the boss. I'm still getting cooked. So I was like, screw it. I'm gonna just release the Andromeda one. I ain't got time for this joint, bro. Like, I'm tired of hitting my head against the wall and trying to do hunting for this joint. I've tried hunting. I've tried taking Excalibur. It just don't work. Characters just seeking die. Grass is always greener on the other side. Bring Held in him to water, please, so we can get a consistent 1-7-0 button. PBHL. Nah, screw water. Screw water. And I was thinking about this. I was thinking about it earlier because I tweeted. I can't remember if I tweeted it this morning or last night or something. I was talking about the TA issue in Earth because it wasn't until I talked to DY and I was like, dang, it really is like. Actually, you know what? Let me just I'll just show it to you. I'll just show it to you, right? I'll just show it to you. I'll show you what I'm talking about because I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. Oh my god, Tatsumaki art retweeted. Did I follow this guy? Oh, retweet or followed. I was thinking about it and I was like, am I overreacting, man? Am I overreacting? Maybe I'm overreacting. Maybe I'm just being a freaking baby. And in part, maybe I am being a baby. But at the same time, then I went and thought about it and I'm like, no, I'm not being a baby. No, I'm not being a baby. And I'll show you why I wasn't being a baby. I'll show you in a second once I'm done with the PBHL. I know water doesn't need it, but it would be funny. I zoned out for like 10 minutes. How did you get him ranting about Earth already? Because we were talking about Versusia and how that element freaking sucks. I was literally just watching the DY interview vid. Nice. You are. I probably am being a bit of a baby, but at the same time, it's like, bro, it's just so cooked. But I'll show you what I mean. I'll show you what I mean. That's fair then. I keep seeing people say, oh, the Versusia weapon instantly replaces Ultima. My first thought was 25% DATA is kind of hard to replace. Well, only if you're Earth. Only if you're Earth. Everybody else just gets that joy for free. Yeah, bro. I asked DY that question. I asked DY that question because I was assuming he was gonna be like us. He didn't have no TA, and he's like, "Oh yeah, well, I actually just have 50% TA in my grid for free. Actually, it's like, oh, 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 yeah, I forgot. You guys actually got TA on your Exalto. I didn't. I got HP." Those in the comment you said the other day about it would have been nice with a big mod. Yeah. Some Ellie's have Fandango on their Exaltos. Must be nice. Bro, some people have Ellie's on anything. It would be nice. That's the biggest issue. We don't have TA on anything. It's not even just the Exalto. We don't have it on anything. Nothing. You couldn't, like, I would have rather had taking TA on Hell than him. We don't have TA on anything. Literally only on World Ender. That's it. All right, so look. So this is the tweet. This is the tweet thing I made, right? Story time. So thinking when Ramble has really driven home how grid inefficient Earth is, because for real, what do you mean I literally have 0 TA in my grid? And the only TA I can fit is if I use Extremity, have a minuscule amount from World Ender, break my crit, or use a freaking gold moon weapon to crit and TA. And unless I combine multiple of these together, no one of these even gets me to 50%. Earth just wants to do too much crap. It needs skill damage, needs 3+ weapons for crit, needs TA, needs PNS. Now it's probably gonna add on Ogi Impalement, and it's like, bro, there's no room. This is why I complain about Helden being medium mod, because even though it covers a lot of mods on one weapon, it's still somehow grid inefficient, because even with 3, you can't max out the crit. You need an Exalto or other crit weapon on top, and 4 weapons just to crit is ridiculous. That's what I said, right? And I thought about it afterwards, because the thing about it is I went to look at Fire, right? I can't remember which thing I was looking at. Was it this one? Okay, yeah, it was this one. I was looking at this because I was reworking my Ewiar full auto, right? And I was looking at this one and I was like, okay, this technically is the same as Earth, right? This has 25% TA, right? This has 25% TA. The only TA in this grid is from Extremity. But the thing about it, look, Fire has 100% crit in this grid. It has Echoes. It has double PNS. It has double Impalement. It has Destroyer Weapon. It has main hand of its choice. And it has its Opus, obviously. If I wanted TA, literally, all I have to do is this. Literally just do this. If I wanted TA, all of a sudden, now I have 64% TA. That's all I got to do. It doesn't affect my Echoes. It doesn't affect my crit. It doesn't affect my Exalto. It doesn't affect my PNS. It doesn't affect my skill damage. It doesn't affect my Impalement. It doesn't affect my weapon. It doesn't affect my main hand. Literally nothing gets changed. I literally just swap one weapon. All of a sudden I have TA. Now we go to Earth. Instead. If we go to Earth, how do you make this have TA? I have to either drop a PNS to get a World Ender, and then I have 10% peaking TA. I have to drop an Exalto, or I have to drop a Held in him, and then I have to drop a Held in him to use a Teaking Amino, using a Minnow, or a Teaking whatchamacallit. But the thing about this is as soon as you drop 3 Held in hims, you immediately go down 3% damage. You immediately drop 3% damage. Because dropping 3 Held in hims to 2 or less is immediately 3 to 4% damage. Literally 3 to 4%. Because I just did that to get TA. So what I'm saying, I was saying like maybe I'm being too much of a baby about this, but the issue is that if I change anything in Earth to get TA, I have to immediately drop something else. I have to screw up my grid in some way. Fire doesn't have to do that. They just get the TA. They just get the TA and they get to keep everything else on top of that. That's the reason why it's still an issue. Because no matter what I do, I have to drop something. I have to lose something. I have to lose damage somewhere else in order to get TA. I was thinking just sack the Velcro weapon for it. I mean, let's go in the. Alright, with it. I mean, Makra has 100% DA, so why do you need TA? For every other character. World Ender is the same thing that I just said. Not only do I get TA, but it's a minuscule amount. It's a baby amount. But the thing about it is I also have to just drop a weapon that's high priority. The other elements don't have to do that. They just get everything. About it, and it's small, kind of hard to fit on grid, especially because Earth have three of this weapon element, which Shukra weapon save. Solomon is the same as Shukra weapon. No, Solomon weapon doesn't save it. Doesn't save it anyway, because again, like I said, I mean, technically it would save it for people that don't have Amino or Sphere Eye, but I have both of them anyway, so it doesn't affect me. But the grid, regardless, still has the same issue where there's no space. There's no space for another weapon. That's the issue. Because all my weapons, see, the thing about it is if my Exalto had TA on it, we're good. We're good. We have it. We're exactly like how Wind is. We're good. We're being chilling. If we had TA on it, we're good. If Held and him had TA on it, we're good. We're Gucci. But even then, see, the thing about it, even then, well, to be honest, I wouldn't even be that greedy because again, this is like an auto-based comp. So it would literally be the same as Wind, where like if Wind does an auto-based comp, it just doesn't use its impalement because it's autos, it's not skill. So I'm okay with not having the skill damage. But it's the issue that I don't have the skill damage and I don't have the TA. I'm missing two things. That's my issue. I'm missing two. So it's just like, bruh, why am I missing two things? And then people are gonna be like, oh, but you got the echoes, and you got the crit amp on Held in him, bro. You got that. It's like, bro, come on, man. Yeah, I also got minus 30% defense too. What about that? This is why I'm an Earth hobbyist, not an Earth main. A lot of other Ellie's got a lot of GTA baked in the character kit. Earth really needs the extra slots. What if they gave us more grid slots? What would you put if you had 3 more slots to work with? I don't know. See, that's another thing that I really hate about thinking. That's another thing that I really hate about thinking. That's another thing that I really hate about Held in him, because the thing about it is Held in him, essentially Held in him needs 3 Held in hims. It needs 3 Held in hims plus another weapon to get 100% crit. It needs 3 Held in hims plus another weapon to get 100% crit. Your other weapon is almost always gonna be your Exalto. So essentially, if I had an extra slot, right? The obvious answer would be, let's just put in an Amino, because that gives you crit and TA. But the thing about it is you don't need the crit anymore. So you're essentially putting in a weapon just to get TA and like a medium attack mod. And that just feels bad. So even if I had an extra slot, realistically, what do you put in? Because the only TA thing that's not crit based as well is World Ender. But even if I put 2 World Enders in, that's only like 20% TA. I don't have like a big weapon that gives me big TA that also has other desirable stats that aren't crit. So it's like you still just can't get as much TA as I would want. Because bare minimum, you would want like, I mean, I guess technically if you use Extremity Key, I guess technically if you use double World Ender, you should hit 50%, hopefully. And then you could use Raziel to get the last 50%. But then see, that's a whole other thing. The other issue too, when you have wins, right? When you have wins and you need the extra 50% TA, right? When you are wins and you need the extra 50% TA, you can use Vampy. Vampy's a good kicking character. When you're water and you need the extra 50% TA, you can just use Gabriel. Gabriel's a good kicking character. When you are Earth and you need the extra 50% TA, you gotta use Seeking Raziel's garbage butt. And now all of a sudden, now my Seeking team, now I gotta worry about who's in my Seeking team to make her stats work. Or else she's literally just there to press S2. and the rest of her kit doesn't matter. So it's like, oh my god. See, that's the other annoying thing about TA is when I have to get my 50% TA from a character, my character is stuck with taking Raziel, and Raziel sucks. So it's just like, bruh, it's like, I don't know. I think you also have to consider the crit on Torch for fire. No, I see, the thing about it is I do consider the crit on Torch for fire, Wyvern, but that's the issue. Therein lies the issue. Fire has Finny Torch that plays into their thing. We have Fronting that does not. Fronting is completely useless for the rest of our grid. That's the thing. And it's like, I love hunting, but hunting ain't working when it comes to being, when my grid is already grid inefficient when it comes to weapons, and then you make my 9 mandatory main hand also not play into my grid or stats whatsoever. It's not good. It's not good. That's why I said a couple months ago that low-key hunting at this point is kind of a cursed weapon, because it just doesn't do anything anymore. It doesn't do anything. And then you also have Fighter Origin now that gives you the double attack anyway. So it's like, my guy, it's like, it doesn't play into the grid and you get the double attack anyway. So what's the point? You're essentially just doing it for the max stacks. And then, heck, there's not even room for Seed Dagger. So unless I can't even get the freaking echo on everybody anyway. So it's like, what are we doing? It's just Earth is just an amalgamation of bad decisions. the whole grid, the whole characters, everything is just an amalgamation of bad decisions. Like I said before, it's compounded bad stuff together. And it's just like, you're just cooked. Once you figure out a way out of one hole, you fall into another one. I think giving elements 3 more slots would break the game, because it's the way the game is balanced. Yeah. I also agree that because I say all this, and this is another reason why I said maybe I'm overreacting with the tweet, because I say all this, but Earth is still really strong. It's still really strong, at least in like the normal content. Like, the thing about it, because the thing I was thinking about is, I was like, at the end of the day, does the TA really matter if I can just kill the boss in 2 turns anyway? Does the TA really matter? If pretty much all my characters, like for even something longer like Leviathan Mare, if something Leviathan Mare where my MC can get guaranteed TA from being Fighter Origin, Sarasa has guaranteed TA, Makara has guaranteed double attack, and I'm using Raziel and she can get guaranteed TA, does it really matter that I don't have TA? Not really. But it's just like, when you try and think about stuff that doesn't, I think the big thing is when you try and think about stuff that your characters need TA and you don't want to use Raziel, that's where it all falls apart. Or if you do want to use Raziel, you have to then consider your entire front line to make her work. That's when it becomes a headache. That's when it becomes annoying. BHL will get snuffed out even faster. Spring Worldlander, no. Well, the thing about it is, still, even with Worldlander, you only get like 20% TA. I'm gonna dedicate 4 to 9 slots. It doesn't feel bad. Put Big Fandango on Hunting, unironically. Ichigo gives TA, hypothetical solved. We need a Raziel rant counter. Hiya, to always go back to Raziel stagger cannon. That's because Raziel, as much as I hate Raziel, Raziel is a character that she is stuck in this Ellie for a hot minute. She is stuck in this Alien for a hot minute because she is 50% TA. She is 50% TA on the whole front line. And until they make a character that does the exact same thing as her, but better, they're going to continuously balance the game around her existence. They're going to consistently balance around the fact that we have a character that can give your whole front line 50% TA, which means I consistently have to come back to that character because she's the only option. Raziel hate confirmed. Look at what y'all did. Brought him back to Raziel. Solution is simply Fighter Origin and main hand held in him. The thing about it is, I've unironically tried to main hand held in him before Sarcel. I've actually tried to do that. Raziel about to put, or AGT about to put Raziel on a t-shirt. Give Earth a 200 gold blue weapon. Earth is just an amalgamation of bad decisions. Should be a tagline. Is Seek Dagger dead now? Didn't even notice it's not in your grip. What? Where's the? Ow! Where's the space? Where's the space? Where's the space for Where's the space for Siegfried or Dagger? Where's the space? Because why the Mare is not fast, but I can fully solo it now. Congrats. Need 5 seasonals and Andromeda to come 6 in versus you. Couldn't me have hate things you love the most? Yeah, but you get Razio and I get Mugen. Bruh. I mean, yes, Razio is hotter than Mugen. Yeah, I'll give you that. I don't even know how they're gonna replace Mugen. You just start charging Razio money to fund your Sparks because she lives in your head for free. Like on the stream, it's called Sleepy Artifacts, and it's the most heated heal has been in a minute. It's just, I don't know, man. It's just annoying. It's just really annoying. And I think the thing that's just like continuously like annoying me recently is just the fact that I literally have to just sit in Versusia. It feels really bad to just have to sit and, oh snap, thinking new are they, wait, oh, these are monthly. I forgot. I just never got these for November. I guess I just had so many of them. But it's just like it's just whenever I think about Versusia, I get a little bit heated because it's just like it feels really bad to just have to sit on that raid and I just can't do anything about it. I just can't do anything about it. My characters just can't cancel the triggers. My characters just can't cancel the triggers. And if I try and swap to something that's not Andromeda, I just end the raid. So it's just whenever I think about Versusia, I get a little bit heated. Only thing I got is my cute, spooky dog. Might have ended it by now if it weren't for her. Flexible Axe removes Steve buffs every time you OG. Wonder who would be next in the chopping block for Mugen, Nihon, Vajra team. All those are insane. So who will get replaced first? Unironically, I mean, I think Mugen probably stays depending on what you're doing, because Mugen still has the fact that he can like guard somebody and he can straight up not die. But I feel like Mugen is probably the easiest one to replace. But see, even then, it kind of depends though. Because it kind of depends. It kind of depends. Because the other thing about Mugen though is Mugen gives you 100% crit. But at the same time, you also have Mars that gives you 100% crit. So you can technically get around. You can technically get around the crit thing even without Mugen. But Nihon just straight up gives you double strike on turn 1. So it's kind of hard to thinking. And the thing about it too is Nihon not only gives you double strike, he also can give you 100% TA, and he can also give you 100% TA, and he can technically buff you too. He can technically buff you too. Obviously his buffs aren't Mugen buffs, but he can technically juice you too. You technically can get juice out of his skills. Neon is so much easier to get rid of. I mean, if they give another character that just gives you team-wide double strike on turn 1, or if they give you like a Percy tag team, then yeah, I could see Nihon going. But like, I don't know if they're gonna do that. I don't want to see Nihon get crit. Does Mars give guaranteed crit? Yes. It gives 100% crit. Oh yeah, the summon. Not Mars the character. Mugen also gives amp and cap as well though. I mean, true. I don't know. I just feel like I guess the thing about it is in my head I feel like it's easier. I feel like it's easier to either give Light an assassin character or a character that gives you like either give Light an assassin character or give Light a character that does good damage, like better damage than Mugen, and then like smaller buffs than Mugen, as opposed to giving you a character that gives you 100% crit or 100% TA rate and double strike on turn 1. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Is in my head it feels easier to get rid of Mugen, especially with the fact that again Mars can give you the 100% crit that you're missing. You almost skip serious? Oh, yeah. Yeah. We have an assassin character. Like the summer summons means we'll never... Ooh! Bricky! We bricked up, bruh. Heck yeah. Bro, that's my first host brick in like a hot minute, man. I think that's my first host brick in like a month. Yippee! Ooh. Let's see. My last host brick was on October 19th. HL. Host chest. Bricky. Click on the stream, I see a break. Man, nice. Bricked up stream. Why is funny? Because it's weekend little button setup, but if you allow to press a few buttons, it becomes the most insane burst element. As the summer summons means... Oh, that's why I was reading. The fact that summer summons means we'll never get the summer version of the character. So trash. That's not true. That's actually just not true. That's actually just not true. Because we had thinking, Rose Queen. We had thinking summer Rose Queen, and then we have summer thinking summer Rosetta. Wherever she is. Right here. So you can definitely get both. Alright, I think I'm gonna do my dailies, bro. I'm not gonna do these. I'm gonna save these for the thinking whatchamacallit. I'm gonna save these for the thing. The collab. Which anklet do you use on your light? I have auto attack on everything that's not Earth. And the only reason I don't have it on Earth is because I need the CA for Versusia. And I just want to be ready for any time somebody's like, hey, you want to do Versusia? And I have to swap my anklet. But that would be in A2. Aren't they technically different? I mean, they could just do that too. Save skips for the missions tomorrow? Yeah, yeah. Okay, you always think that? Use auto on light. Speaking of collab, I love Asuka. Like the character or the unit? Or both? Skill not good enough? Yeah. Yeah, I have NA on everything that's not Earth. But it, like I said, it would be on Earth too if I wasn't doing versus skill. I got my last light Astra. Congrats. Been grinding for bricks for well over a couple of days, and the moment I log on, this dude gets a brick. Hey, you know how it is, bro. The unit? Oh, I literally haven't used the unit yet, so I don't really know how good or bad she is. But hey, I'm glad you like her, man. But yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. It's just, I don't know what they're gonna do with Earth, man. I don't know what they're gonna do with the Seeking Ellie. And like I said, it sucks because it's like Earth just seeking. Like I said, it's still technically strong. It just feels bad. And it's not. The thing about it is, it's still technically strong, but it's not strong like. It's not strong like. Like everywhere. And I'm not saying I want to be the strongest Ellie in the game, but I'm just saying I want it to be good in every place where I need to use it. And right now I just don't feel like it's, I mean, it's good in Versusia, but it's only good in the second phase. And it still is not as good as other Ellies in the second phase by like kind of a lot. Back to the raw grind artifacts. Rank 299. You would like her? Asuka? She lowers her defense? Okay, pal. Okay. You usually spark all the collab units? I wouldn't say no. No. I think the thing about it for me with the collab units is, it's kind of just happened that I've gotten all the collab units except the guy from Slime. I forgot his name. Diablos, or whatever his name was. Because on for Slime, I wanted Xion because she was hot. But when I rolled, I just got Xion, so I didn't spark Diablos. And then for Nejima, I wanted Rakan. And I don't even think I needed to spark Rakan. I think I just finished my spark because I was already deep in, and I just got Setsuna. And then for Hunter x Hunter, I wanted Corolla, and I had already gotten Kurapika and the summon and I had to spark Corolla, but I actually wanted Corolla, so I sparked him. And then this banner, I would have sparked Asuka just because I like Asuka the character. But I luck sacked into them, so I didn't have to spark anything. And I don't know if for the guy, I don't know if I would have sparked him if I had gotten, like, if I had just gotten Asuka off my scam, I don't know if I would have sparked for him. So it's like I've gotten like all the collab characters except Diablos, but it's not because I've necessarily wanted to spark for all of them. it just so happened that I got them. They get out back. The TA thing gonna feel bad on Guild Wars too, I bet. Unless you're doing stuff like Paul Mammoth and you raw. Well, Guild War is see that's the thing, is there's technically workarounds. There's technically workarounds. Because the thing about it is, like, for Guild War, you're gonna see Raziel usage, and unless they just completely screw over like Folia's buff or her debuff, you're gonna see Folia usage. And both of those characters can give you TA. So the TA doesn't matter, which is the reason why I said, like before, does it really matter that you don't have 100% TA if you just kill the boss anyway? So, like, I don't know. And I think that's what they're balancing around, is the fact that you can technically get TA, but it's just like, I don't know. And then when you get to like 250, it's probably just going to be Andromeda anyway. So it's like, TA doesn't really matter there because you're just ogging. No, it doesn't matter. The slash is funny. Forgive me if you already talked about this, but what do you think of the EVA units? The thing I always say is the guy's text is mistranslated, so he's better than he looks, but I don't know. They're both in elements that I don't really play, so I don't know. I'm not really the best person to ask. And they don't seem like ridiculously good off rip. So it's like hard to say, like, okay, like they don't have anything crazy like Corolla, and they're not like blatantly busted. So it's kind of like one of those like niche things where it's like, unless you're like playing the Ellie a lot, I feel like you're not gonna really see it. I have a question of the collab units. Good, bye. I got Diablos, but not Xion on Slav collab. Got another 100. Folia gives TA too? Yes. She gives you 100% TA for the turn. Asuka being used in Versusi. Maybe Asuka can be used in Fire, Full Auto, X, or Frequent. Problem with that logic is that they're balancing the entire Ellie around you having 2 specific units in your box. I mean, yes, but at the same time, that's kind of how it has to be. Because that's the way, because the thing about it is like, and the thing about it is that's not an Earth specific thing either. It's the same thing. It's the same thing with stuff like water or like wind, where you have Vampy and Gabriel, where they balance around the fact that you have 50% TA on a button. But the thing about it is, it's just when they put stuff like that in the game, even if you don't have the unit, they have to balance it around it. Because if you don't have the unit, or if you do have the unit, and then they don't balance it around that, then you get cooked. The game gets cooked. Because then you become too broken. So they have to do it around that stuff. Granted, I will say, even saying that though, TA is one of the less egregious things, I feel. Because the thing about it is that I feel like there's not really a big difference between, let's say you have 70% TA in your grid, and then they have a character that just gives you 50%. There's not really a big difference between balancing the fact that you have 70% TA for free in the grid, and you have to somehow scrounge up 50% TA in the grid. There's not like a huge difference, but although I guess technically there could be kind of a huge difference depending on what the weapons are that they give you to make up that TA. Because for example, like in Earth, right? Like if they just gave you TA on like, if they just gave you like a big TA mod on like hunting, right? But we got to keep the exact same grid, then all of a sudden our grid is a lot stronger than another grid that has to bring TA on other weapons in order to hit the TA that they need to hit, if that makes sense. So I don't know. It's like, it's a balancing act, but it's an annoying balancing act. It's an annoying balancing act. I don't know. I think honestly the biggest thing that I think they unironically need to fix, which like Ogi Impalement ain't gonna fix this, by the way, but the biggest thing that they unironically need to fix is they need to fix our Versusia right now. Like I think the TA stuff, all the stuff like what I just said, all the stuff that I complained about with the TA and all that stuff, that is very much a like, I main Earth, I want Earth to be good in all facets argument, because realistically Earth can still kill the raids, all the normal raids, very fast. The only raid that I think it still kind of has issues with is Esoteric, where you kind of need to do the Andromeda thing, because I cannot figure out something with fronting, or like Excalibur for Fight of Origin. So besides like Esoteric being faster and Esoteric being faster and Versusia, everything else realistically, even with all the issues that I addressed, it's still not bad in any of those raids. Realistically, it can still like 2-turn Womdus, it can still like 4-turn Tefnut, it can still like, was it 8-9-turn Leviathan Mare. The times are all very comparable to the other elements. Like it's really not that bad, because you just do so much damage anyway. The bigger issue now is that they need to deal with, we literally cannot deal with triggers in Versusia, and you kind of have to bring in Andromeda in order to be even viable in the raid. And Esoteric, there's just no other way to do anything besides like Andromeda if you want like a consistent full auto. So like those are the two raids that I would like to see addressed the most. And I think unironically, I think if you fix Versusia, I think if you focus on fixing Versusia, I think you would fix a lot of what Esoteric does, to be honest. Because a lot of the issue in Esoteric could be solved by having characters that do what needs to be done in Versusia. Like if you had stuff where you could get even more debuffs out, if you had more dispels, if you had more freaking TA, if you had more defense, like it pretty much, if you had a lot of stuff that you need in Versusia to be able to push Versusia, if you had more damage, you could push Esoteric a lot faster as well. So I think they should just focus on fixing Versusia for Earth, and I think it would make the element better by proxy. I'm immediately buying that Finny skin once it becomes available again. Yeah, she's cute. Kawaii Finny Dio. This is like ironically Earth and Wind have opposite problems, opposite elements. Yeah, kinda. This unit gap. Yeah. I think unironically the biggest issue right now is that I think they need to do one of two things. They need to pick a side. They need to pick a side, essentially. They either need to what's the word I'm looking for? They either need to play in They either need to play into the fact of making Earth MC just the powerhouse. Like, our Earth MC needs to do as much as other Ellie's other Ellie's MCs. So they either need to make a character like Katura, or like, I'm not saying they need to make Nier for Earth, but like they need to make something. They need to make something where our MC can do as much as other elements MCs, or they need to raise up all our other characters. And they need to make the characters so that the damage balances out. Because like I said, there is no reason why a dark MC should be doing more than my entire team. There's no reason why a dark MC should be doing more than my entire team. Not including the fact that you also have characters like Orologia and Katura that are also doing damage as well. There's no reason why a dark MC should be doing more than my entire team on Earth. So they either need to play into the fact, they either need to make a character like Katura or like Nier, where they can just buff the MC to ridiculous levels to match the other elements, or they need to release units that bring the overall damage up to what other Ellies are doing. It needs to be one or the other. Or the other thing they could do too is instead of making a unit that makes all the other units, or instead of making other units that are better, they could also do like the light strat, where the light thing is like you're doing like the double strike on everybody, where essentially your MC does something that makes your team way better. So like you're shooting out double strikes on everybody on your team or something like that. Like if they did something like that, that could also be a solution. I think that's like the three things that they need to decide how they want to do it on Earth. But it needs to be one of those three. Earth doesn't have units that give literally five weapons plus worth of grid stats. Yeah, I'm only out of 1930 artifacts. Goddamn, I didn't have her back then, so I never bought. That does exist. Her name is Cian30, bro. Cian30 is so freaking garbage. She's so trash. Cian30 doesn't even do anything because she literally just gives double strike. We already have double strike. Fronty already has double strike. I'm buying when it comes back to me, dude. Who was behind from free work was high. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just like that's the three things. They just have to decide one of those three routes. I think they could go either one. I think honestly the easiest one though, I think it'd be very easy to just make MC the Juggernaut. Because MC already has fronting. Literally just release like a Katura type character that just also does good damage and also just makes MC really, really good, and also allows you to do triggers in Versusia, and you're Gucci. Like it would make it. I think that's probably the easiest solution. I think most of them are pretty good. Clip it, 82 months Katura is Ella. I've said this before, Wyvern. I've said this before. Like unironically. Like I don't like Katura the character, but unironically, I think Katura the unit, like Dark Katura, even Wind Katura, like either Katura, I think would be a really good addition to Earth. Because Wind Katura would make it so that you could actually do like 200% Andromeda charge attacks like every other turn, like guaranteed. And Dark Katura would make it so that you could actually use fronting to a good degree. So like unironically, a Katura unit would be a good unit for Earth. Even though I don't like her. But that's the type of unit. That's the type of unit that I think the element needs. Personally. Ammo 150 Eternal should be super strong. They cost 600 Valor badges. I think they are pretty strong. They're just not all good in the same spots. Hear me out. Grand Elsa finally coming out in Earth. I mean, it's possible. Her original element is Earth, so it's likely that we get her and Eustace. Maybe if he just wants to roll it out as MC. I mean, I'm just saying that's an option. An option is to do that. Eternal being super strong, but Fluke is definitely a question mark. Overcoming falsehood downside is insane. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. The fact that you can just overcome falsehood with her plus like Dawnbreak is just ludicrous. Ironically, the thing is what makes Cal so good is her playstyle and kit simulates what you don't like about her character. She's MC loving support. Yeah. Yeah. Like doing 90 plus hits a turn is a fever dream. Yeah. Meanwhile, me over here trying to thinking play came thinking piano just to be able to do 80 hits one time. I have to use my thinking super move, my super combination thinking special attack just to do 80 hits one time, and Light just does it by pressing orange button. Thinking ridiculous. When Gatura would waste the CA react on Andromeda would be nice for Opus Mania. Well, the thing about it is the thing about it is I need the 200% bar. I need the 200% bar on Win Katura. That's what I need. I mean, yeah, it would waste like the actual CA reactivation, but bro, I need that bar. I need that 200% insta bar. That's what I need. But yeah, I don't know. All I can do is hope and pray. All I can do is hope and pray that whatever this impalement character is, like, unironically at this point, I care less about the impalement itself. I care more about the character. Which honestly, you know, at least if I'm nothing, it's seeking consistent, bro. Because that's what I said back in that tweet when the water Ogi impalement came out. I said at the end of that tweet that tweet chain, I said what I'm more worried about with Earth, unironically, isn't the impalement. I'm more so looking towards the characters, and I'm coming back to that now, where it's like the characters for me are the more important thing. We need characters more so than we need weapons. You full auto M3's dailies during MacFest? I mean, I want to do it daily in general, TBH. The only reason why I hadn't been doing it daily was because I was spamming Saiyans 24/7. But now I'm just chilling and I'm doing my dailies again. It would reduce the hard requirement of Andromeda and versus Seal. Yeah, true. That's how Wind feels too. D-Bot basically said the same thing. Yeah. But yeah, we just need kicking characters, man. Need characters. Our characters are seeking suck. At least one thing I will say, at least they're a little bit on the right track. At least we're finally getting away from Kame, bro. Like, we still use Kame for the front team, but technically you don't even have to use Kame in the front team either for Versusia. And taking in the second team, we just don't even need Kame in general, because Lich has the switch. Did Paola just do a 6.5 mil auto? Yeah, and after that she just did a 9 mil auto too. After that she just did a 9 mil auto too. Am I wrong in saying Earth Ogi is fine, but everything else a little chop? Because what else do you want for Earth Ogi? I do think Earth Ogi is fine. I think the only thing that I think could be better for Earth Ogi is literally having the impalement so that you can just do the 8 mil. Just doing the 8 mil. And technically it may be a bit greedy, but the only other improvement that you could make is making it so that Andromeda could get to 200% bar. But we technically, now that Shalim works the way Shalim works, we actually have loops with Andromeda where we can Ogi every single turn without intervention. So that's good. So now it's how far do you want to push it, essentially. I never use him. What's Kame actually do? The main thing is that he water switches the damage incoming and you hit on Ellie. We had the same call of Filato. Can't believe at the time Tefnut was seen as the winner of her banner. I mean, Tefnut's still pretty good. Just, you know, when you have an element as stacked as water, do you really need her? How does Earth Ogi get over large hit count omens? You don't. That's the issue. That's what I was just saying before. When they were talking about light, where light does 90 hits per turn, thinking Earth's over here struggling to do 80. At the start of Versusia, we literally just couldn't even move because nobody knew how to do it. So it just doesn't. That's the the solution is it doesn't. That was pretty good. No, why would you want to get rid of him? Because Kame does no peaking damage. That's the reason why. Kame is literally just a stat stick, essentially. He's a stat stick utility belt. Because his S4 is also really, really good. I mean, honestly, all his skills are really, really good. TBH. They're all good for utility. Because his card can be whatever you need it for. You can do debuffs, you can do healing, you can do attacking, you can do charge bar. You can copy whatever you need to copy. You can also just get buffs from the swap Joker, and you have double deal. So he's just a stat stick utility belt. But the issue is he does no damage. That's the issue. And I would also argue he also just kind of doesn't, like, he kind of plays into comps, but he kind of just doesn't. He just kind of, like, with fronting, he can stands there and guards. And with Ogi, you can kind of play into the charge bar thing, but you got to play like 5D chess because you got to make sure that you press the right skill to make sure he actually gets the card he needs after an Ogi. So you got to be very careful when you're playing Kame and like an Ogi setup if you need the charge bar. I love when my waifus are meta. I got Horus and Atum because they were hot, and now people are scrambling to get them. I'm sure IDT feels the same about Summer Lich. Yeah. I mean, honestly, to be fair though, I'm very surprised anybody that cared about Earth at all skipped Lich. I'm very surprised about that. Like Atum, people were like, haha, fire Ogi, what the heck is that? People with Horus, I mean, I feel like Horus was kind of also like a Cosmos thing where people saw Horus and it was like, yeah, that was kind of good, but I think I could probably live without that. But realistically, I feel like if you saw Lich come out, if you care about Earth at all, I feel like there's no way you skip that joint. Lich is, she just inherently like, please use me. Please use me. I am a good unit. Please use me. Ayla, best voice actress ever. That's why I need her on every water game. They need a buff Kame S3, I think. They could add better effect, I think. True. I need Nozuchi to come out those games. Chop chop. I didn't skip Lich. I got Summer Cassius 3 times. Anyone skipping Cosmos was smoking? Oh yeah, Horus. Yeah. I mean, I think Horus was also another. But see, the other thing about Horus too was Horus came out with Peaking Magus. That's another thing. So skipping the Horus banner was also kind of just sussy in general. TBH. I don't know. Some people be making some wild decisions. I'm not gonna lie. Some people, like, I know obviously it's hard to be like, dang, I gotta spark every single banner back to back to back, but it's like some of these banners are like, some of these banners and some of these characters are just like, I think the other thing too is I think some people are just like, some people are also just extremely short-sighted in terms of, I think a lot of people stick to one or two elements. And when they stick to one or two elements, they kind of assume, well, that character might be good, but it's not for my element, so I'm never going to need them. And then they go like 6 months, and then they realize, wait a minute, I need to farm more than just the two elements that I play. and I need that character that came out 6 months ago now, and I skipped them because I didn't need them back then because they weren't my main element. I think that happens to a lot of people, where a lot of people just disregard some good characters because they're not the characters for their element, and they're like, I'm good. I looked at Otome and went, yeah, he seems pretty decent, probably not required though. And now here we are, that is on me. I should have expected Summer Need to be better than they look. Literally the only reason I can even play Dirt. Even Summer Cal, people said she was mid on release. I mean, to be honest, I think a lot of people said Cal was mid on release because seeking the way that her text read. But the thing about Cal though is a lot of people had time to roll her. That's the issue with Cal. A lot of people had time to roll Katura. Like, day one, most people thought she was pretty mid. But you had time before that banner was gone to roll her, and people still chose not to get her. Had what? I'm sorry. I meant, oh yeah. Which was the only reason I could clear DS4 as host, bless her. You know, Summer Lich for a Dark. Similar thing with the tomb on that banner, I got core 3 times. I just skipped Lich banner because I'm poor, bro. I skipped that banner but got her all free pulls. And then I got him on way to scam. Horus is the first unit come out with a full gauge FC. Full bar button that gets reduced every time she Ogies. Yeah. Honestly, you should have just seen. Honestly, I feel like you could have just seen Horus S3. And then the fact that she can continuously double Ogies and drops her skill. Was it her skill 2 or skill 1, whatever? She continuously drops that joint. You should have probably been like, okay, that's probably gonna be useful. I don't know if that's gonna be useful right now, but that's probably gonna be useful. I feel like you could have just saw those two things and been like, yeah. Magus was also seen as the winner of a banner. That's every free-to-play player we're forced to pick. 10 plus debuff unit, actually insane kit for no reason. I think that's also really wise because not everyone can whale or spend all their rolls outside of like 2 or 3 elements. Summer Katura got lambasted early, yeah. I pulled for Hase that banner, hand on shoulder meme. Other people skipped Cal because they thought she was mid. I skipped Cal because she's the worst written character in the game. I'm built different. Katura was between Corolla and Sariel though. Facts, bro. See that's what I said before. See, y'all didn't believe me. See, there's a person. I said that the other day. When people were talking about. I forgot where we were talking about Katura, but I said people said I'm skipping Katura because Sariel's coming out, and I'm like, bro, why would you do that? Why would you do that? Not only is Katura built for Dark in general, but also thinking Guild War, but like. Katura's limited, Sariel ain't. You can get Sariel later. Gonna suck, yeah, but you can get Sariel later. You can't get, I mean, you can get Katura later too, but it's gonna be harder. I'm trying to get Winahase, but got 2 Dark Cow instead. Yeah, you're banned. Facts are so. I just sacked Lich on Scam, bro. It's not that hard. I really need to spark or Logia for dark stuff in general. I just skipped Lich banner for that reason. I'm still Makraless and gotta build shenanigans to clear DS4 solo. Skipping Makra was also insane, by the way. I mean, see that's how they get you though, because Makra was legit. That's a legit. Like, I can see why people skipped it, but it's also crazy that you skipped it because Valentine's is like historically one of the hardest banners to spark if you're not like a whale or like a dolphin or something, but. That also, like, Makra was also just a unit that's just like, bruh, if you care about Earth, and see that's what I mean when I say a lot of people don't care about Earth until they really need it, and then they're like, oh snap, I should have got the Makra. But it's like, if you don't care about Earth at the time Makra came out, people are like, Valentine's is too hard for me to spark, I'ma just skip. I was too close to Sariel for a lot of people. Main dark people got Cal, everyone else is staring into the void. I got lucky with Cal. I rolled Katura and skipped Sariel. Yeah, that was probably the best decision. Exchange rate is really unfavorable to me. Lots of more casual grumble players also probably just vastly underestimate the amount of crystals you can get through the daily weeklies event loot. I gotta go, I'll be back. Alright, bye Rich. I don't regret putting my spark on the line. TM for sorry. Good work. Good work. Problem is, Cal is still niche for most general people. Yeah. Another wifey that I looked out on being meta. God bless Makra. I didn't skip, I rolled and got Lobelia from our trouble. My thought was I really need to spark flash and we got more summer units coming. Not that I can play that character is great. But yeah, man, it's just like, I don't know. Bro, see, that's why I'm a whale, bro. That's why I'm a whale. You just got a whale, bro. And this is why I can't go back to Nikkei, bro. This is why I can't go back to Nikkei, bro. I can't be whaling on both games, and I got a whale on Grand Blue. That was the queen of V2 in my mind. Yeah, she's really strong. She's very strong. Easier to whale when you get paid in US dollars, my guy. Yo, you better move. It's time to move. Dude, this dancer Violet, bro. Been rough for me because I've been whaling IRL on magic cards. See, that's your Nikkei, bro. That's your Nikkei. Remember this summer we got blindsided by June Bride? Yeah, also true. Also true. Drop most of the gacha play. Formal fraud incidents. Yeah. Dude, I actually saw, bro, I saw something so funny. Hold on, I gotta find the Seeking tweet. I saw something so funny earlier. I saw this Seeking I Hino tweet, bro. Look at this joint. I was laughing at this joint. Look. I read this joint earlier. He was like, finish 5 convexing the destruction weapon. The Earth team was so pathetic in the second half that it might as well go straight to the trash bin. And I was like, bro, second half? Bro, you're using taking Summer Alexial and Formal Fraud in the first half, my guy. The first half might as well go in the trash too. What are you talking about? You talking about the second half? The first half bad too. I was like, bro, your Earth just sucked in general. I had to choose next week between Atla, Magic the Gathering set, or Predator, Badlands, Theater, Friend. Magic the Gathering, that's worth on your wallet. I think I'm buying the Cloud Surge foil for this Christmas for myself. He was doing Mizako and look at his units. Brother, what am I doing? Brother kicked himself what he's talking about. Bro cooked but only himself. I don't understand how people can like Magic the Gathering after that huge middle finger with 30th anniversary. I don't even play Magic the Gathering. It's disgraceful with 30 anniversary. Is it really 30 years old? God dang. He got his clear, can't hate. Yeah, I mean, true. But it was funny. It was funny that he specifically said the second half. I was just like, bro. I was like, bro, the first half sucks too. Oops. Hina was a cook. Magic the Gathering released in 1993. God dang. Magic the Gathering is again inspired Yu-Gi-Oh! It's super old. It means I'm older than Magic the Gathering. That kind of sucked to type out. Can't afford to whale on Grand Blue anymore. Side games have inflicted cute horse girls on my life. See, this is what I'm saying, bro. See, every single time you guys say that you can't whale on Grand Blue because of something else, this is what reinforces the fact that I can't go back to DK. Because you really can only do one at the same time. And I choose Grand Blue. Magic the Gathering, but don't care at all about the shiny card. I saw Starry New Versusia grid. I'm like, does it hit 8 mil Ogi? Did he change anything? I feel like it's seeking. Oh snap! Well, this is looking like a good teaking video for later, bro. Was Kaido's character retconned? Trying to watch that later, bro. But I feel like his grid before was pretty good, right? Where's the video? I don't see it. Oh, here he is. Oh. Oh, is he trying to hit 8 mil? Is that what it is? Is that the reason why he has the Teking Zoe weapon and the Cagliostro thing? Is that what it is? Holy, you guys did a lot of stuff the time I tabbed. Can't wheel on Grimblue because I need to buy food and pay my bill. Not expensive for me. I quit my other gacha games to afford a car. Fair. GBF fixed my gunpla addiction by making me spend all my money on GBF instead. I didn't go crazy spending on GBF until this year. Gunpla addiction is respectable. I saw what you did on Matera banner though. What did I do on Matera banner? Now you're running double Harmonia and Noah Dagger. Wait, Noah Dagger? Wait, did you do another one? Wait, this doesn't have Noah Dagger. Oh, did he post it on Twitter? He doesn't have a video. Speaking on that, other than your Whitebeard stuff, how do you... Oh, other than your Whitebeard stuff, how do you feel? About what? At least you make stuff that you can put on display. Probably more than I spent on 8 years playing this game. I don't like that. I didn't start spending until I stumbled into this stream fresh out of the academy. Yeah, I'm sorry for being a bad influence. I wish I had my second arm. Oh, it's on Twitter. Okay. Hold on, I gotta find him. I gotta find him then. I think if you put together everything I spent since 2017, it doesn't add up to a money spark. Oh. Oh. Bro saw 150k DMM points and was like, I gotta get into some of that. You're alright, thanks for the win rant. I hate this Sally. And if you aren't one of the lucky few that participated scalper prizes. Alright, we're seeking. Where's what's his face? What even is this seeking what is his Twitter? Is it Starry? Yeah, Starry Sky. What's this? 2 Harmonia. Oh yeah. So what was that compared to what he was doing a second ago? So he keeps the 2 Basara, keep the 2 Basaros, keep the 2 Exalto. Oh, I see. I see. Dude, I told you, man. See, this is what I be telling you, bro. Double PNS, it always comes back. It always comes back. It's so funny to watch, too. It's so funny to me to watch because I'm a firm believer that double PNS will always come back. And it's so funny because I always see JP people, they spend like weeks changing grids around, and then at the end they always come back to double PNS. And it's like, bro. Have you tried any of the new PBHL stuff with Versusio weapons, Mr. Streamer? Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yeah. No cap, I think PNS is getting crept next year. PNS 2 is coming out. Bro, it's about to get crept even faster, bro. It's about to get crept on thinking New Year's, bro. Watch. Bro, you know there's 2 grands. There's 2 grands and thinking Earth's the last impalement. It means they gotta do some other new type of grand. It's about to be PNS 2. How do you feel about the latest chapters in One Piece? Because we already talked about the Whitebeard stuff on Twitter. One of your other takes, because your takes are funny. I mean, I think it's fine in general. I know a lot of people are like kind of annoyed that there wasn't more like Rocks versus like Roger and Gart like fight. And I think the biggest thing for me about God Valley that I don't really like is I just feel like a lot of characters there's a lot of characters that existed on God Valley that just didn't do anything. Like Gloriosa just didn't do anything. We didn't really see Scop or Gabon do anything. We saw Raleigh, why did I say it like that? We saw Rayleigh do a little bit of something for Shocky. Shocky barely got to do anything. Did I already say Gloriosa? We didn't get to see like half of the Rock's crew do like anything. I also think I don't remember if we talked about this in the Whitebeard thing that I talked about before, but I think it's incredibly fucking stupid. It's incredibly fucking stupid that Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom specifically didn't realize that something was wrong with Rox. I think it's very, very strange that they just assumed that Rox immediately was just all of a sudden, they just didn't think anything wrong happened. You saw Rox literally floating. You saw Rox literally float. Like, the thing about it is, like, there's like almost no excuse. There's almost no excuse because the way Rox was depicted getting hit by Domi Reversi, or however you say it, you either saw Rox get attacked by Emu, so you know he got hit by something and you just assume that nothing was wrong, or Emu's like tentacle things are invisible and you literally just saw Rox floating for an extended amount of time and assume nothing was wrong with that either, and then immediately assume that he was turning on you of his own volition. I think that's really stupid. Like, you have to suspend a lot of disbelief, especially considering all three of those characters just a chapter before or 2 chapters before literally teamed up with him to fight against what is essentially, he literally called it the entire world. You literally just teamed up with this man to fight the entire world, and then 2 seconds later, after this interaction, you just assume that he turned on you of his own volition. You have to suspend your disbelief a lot to believe that, in my opinion. And I think it takes away from Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido's characters a lot to just believe that happened. All the other Rock's crew I can kind of believe, because not only were they not there, but they also, you can tell that all the rest of the Rock's crew cared about Rox significantly less than, especially I would say, like Whitebeard and Kaido. Big Mom I think is kind of questionable, but I think Whitebeard and Kaido specifically, they stood on business with Rox. Like, obviously they probably weren't like as loyal to Rox as somebody is like Zoro is to like Luffy, but they were obviously loyal to Rox more than the rest of the Rox crew. And I just think it's really dumb that they just immediately assumed that he was turning of their own volition. I also think it's really dumb too that if at no point, because the thing about it, especially see Whitebeard, and again, I'm very critical of Whitebeard because Whitebeard is like one of my favorite characters. So any time that you have like borderline character assassination for Whitebeard, it gets on my nerves. If I never see a moment for the rest of the story where Roger tells Whitebeard that, hey, you know Rox didn't turn on you of his own volition, right? Something went down, like after you left, me and Garp had to fight that man. And that man was not the Rox we do. If we never get an interaction like that later, I think it's really dumb. I think it's really, really stupid. If the story ends and Whitebeard just always believes that Rox turned on him, I think that's dumb. I think that's arguably just bad writing. Because there's no way that Roger and Garp can both tell that something's wrong and Whitebeard couldn't. There's no way. There's no way. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it. So I think that's dumb. But like I said, I think my biggest issue, I'm kind of okay with how the fight went down. I don't think I needed like 10 chapters of Rox versus Garp and Roger to be satisfied. But I think my bigger issue is I just wanted to see more of the Rock's crew doing anything on God Valley, than what they did. Because it was really, honestly, the Gods Knights too. They introduced like, what was it, like 2 or 3 extra Gods Knights that just essentially didn't do anything. Like that big giant dude in the back that looked like a Yeti, that guy's just MIA. Just, he got introduced for a page spread and then just never showed up again. At least that one lady got the thing with like the baby Shanks and Shamrock, where she was like attacking dragons, so at least she did something. But it's like the Yeti dude just completely MIA. Bro might as well not have even been in the story. So it's just like, I just feel like, I don't know if he necessarily rushed God Valley, but I just feel like there was way more characters on God Valley that just didn't get enough shine, personally. So I'm not the biggest fan of that. Anyway, I just ignored everything you guys just say. What'd you guys say? I wonder how high fire can go if you end up attacking the wind with 7+ Sims. I don't like that new one because that Ogi damage is scary. I wish I had double PNS. Water can do 150 mil with one summon 0 button with more RNG. Osiris summer weapon will finish all PNS tries. Yo, keep out. Still scared for the future when you don't need the RNG. That's 149 race nonsense, right? Yeah, screw 149 race, bro. I kind of hope they address that at some point, but at this point, enough people bought a second race that it'd be a problem. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna I don't think they're gonna do anything. 49 is just better than 150 right now. Shin Growly Super. I bet that stuff will get expanded in the anime. I hope. I can only pray. But I also don't really like, I know a lot of people are falling back on that argument. Like, I watch King of Lightning a lot, and King says the same thing too. Where he's like, he almost feels like Oda is like specifically cutting corners in the manga so that he can let the anime fill in the gaps. But I think that's like kind of inherently a bad argument, because I think that stuff should just be in the manga. I think it's just dumb. It's kind of like the same grievance that I have with like Star Rail, right? Where it's like when I played Star Rail back with like Penacony, and I was like, why are they talking about all the freaking like jewel people, and I just have no idea what they're talking about. And it's like, oh, people told me like, oh, that stuff's in an event. The event, you just missed it. And it's like, bro, that joint, like, if you're gonna talk about that stuff in the main story, it should be in the main story. I shouldn't have to go to the anime to know about the extra stuff. It should just be in the manga. At least like important stuff should be in the manga. It's a bit silly, yeah, but I don't know if they'll do anything. I forget. Do you have to buy the collab summon, or can it drop from the quest? You have to buy the collab summon. Bro, lost time to bail. Yeah. I mean, that's, like I said, I think that's fair. I think that's fair for like everybody in the Rocks crew except Whitebeard, Big Mom, and Kaido. I think it's fair for everybody else, because everybody else showed significantly less loyalty to Rocks. So as soon as he started going down, it makes sense. Which also, you know, now that I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Because now that I think about it, like even that, how the heck did everybody else even know? Now that I think about it, how did everybody else even know? Was everybody else just watching from the sidelines? Like, think about that for 2 seconds. How did everybody else on the Rocks crew? How did everybody else on the Rocks crew know that Rocks either got Domi reversing or that he turned on Whitebeard, Kaido, and Big Mom? How did everybody else know that joint? How did everybody else know to just dip? It's literally just like a gap in the narrative. It's literally just like, okay, we as the viewer know that. So Oda was just like, okay, everybody knows that. Everybody knows that Rocks just got Domi reversing and he's acting weird. So everybody's just gonna dip. Nobody else was even there. So how did they know Rocks was seeking getting cooked? Nobody else know that crap. They just standing there on the sidelines like, oh snap, he got hit by Emu's attack. He attacked Whitebeard. Gotta do. Time to leave. Like what? I don't know. It's just. I don't know. It's dumb. It's dumb. To make a whole movie based on all. One Piece has been kind of rushed since Wano. Yeah. Saw the Tatsumaki mention while browsing Twitter during that One Piece ran. Good lord. So I dropped Dojo-verse too. Doesn't help that Oda keeps saying it's gonna end at so-and-so date while we know that's not true. Yeah. There's these FOMO events, but also they're supremely critical to the lore. Yeah. 149 is not better than 150. Literally one place 149. I'm saying 149 better. That's for me. What can 150 do that 140 can't? I mean, I think 150. I mean, it's like grid space, right? We gotta get you on One Piece podcast, bro. I do not read or watch One Piece. I mean, I feel like a lot of stuff that I say, there's One Piece, like if you're not in the One Piece like community, like I'm not big into it either, but I've been watching a lot of One Piece YouTubers for years now. So it's like there's a lot of people that say the same stuff that I say. Or if they say it, they can say it even better. So, but it's just like, I don't know. That's just how I feel about it. That goes in my issue of why I don't like the Rocks Pirates. Yeah, I think it's, like I said, I think it's just dumb. I think it's just dumb that like I said, I think it's just it's one of those. It's like a gap in the narrative where essentially thinking Oda was like, we as the viewer know that Rocks is cooked right now. He got Domi Reversi. We know what Domi Reversi does. And we already know the future. We know Rocks and Garp are gonna beat him. So everybody just happens to know that joint and they just all dip. But it just doesn't make sense when you think about it for like 2 seconds, because nobody even knows. I don't watch or read OP either, but I love hearing Best Guy Ever. Yeah, Best Guy Ever is cool. There was much gusto in his love-hate relationship with it. I have the audio on the back. He will rant ASMR. Dramatic irony. But yeah, I don't know. But we'll see, I guess. I also said before to you on Twitter that Rocks was going to be corrupted and that's why the crew was going to disband. But like, why not have the crew be the one to have to kill him and have them fall out because they weren't strong enough to save their captain? Yeah. See, and that's another thing. That's another reason why I low-key hate when when people say that like Oda foreshadowed everything, because I feel like the thing about it is like Rocks was obviously foreshadowed back in like the chapter when Sengoku was talking about him, like when he first got introduced. But I severely doubt that all the stuff that just happened, besides the fact that he knew that Rocks was gonna have a crew, he probably knew Rocks was gonna have a crew through like the Davy back fight and stuff like that. And he knew that Garp and Roger were gonna beat him. But like the nuance and like the semantics of how all the flashback was gonna go down was probably not known to Oda back when he set that joint up. So it's like a lot of that stuff a lot of that writing stuff falls through the cracks when he actually got to it, because that's like what he wanted to do doesn't always line up with what actually happened. Also the fact that like I know people are coming after, like, people love to make agendas in One Piece, bro, but people are coming after Teking Sengoku now, bro. Because people are like, Sengoku's a freaking bum. Sengoku just rides Garp's coattails. Sengoku didn't show up to God Valley. He could have showed up to God Valley and did something, but he was just on the freaking transporter snail. And then he was like talking up Teking Rocks like he was this big villain, but then we see Rocks and it's like, I mean, to be fair, Rocks was a Teking villain. he was blowing up, taking like villages and crap. But you know, obviously, as us the viewers, we kind of side with the pirates more than the Marines anyway. But it's just like people are coming after Sengoku now, bro. People are coming after that man. So, but yeah, I don't know, man. We'll just see. Honestly, I'm ready to just get back to Elbath anyway, because that joint. I remember, what was the thing I was reading where it was like thinking it's been like 3 years or something, or what? It's not been 3 years, but it's been like a year or something since Seeking Loki started his flashback, and it's supposed to be that flashback was only supposed to be 3 minutes. And to be honest, that flashback still might not be done, because that flashback was supposed to be the Herald flashback. Supposed to be the Elbath flashback. And we just all of a sudden started, I don't even know how we even got to rocks in the first place, because Loki shouldn't even know this joint. But thinking that joint just ended up talking anyway, so it's just like, bruh. And then fall out because they were on a sick ground. Oda still gotta explain how that little shark was able to bite off Shank's arm. Bro, I think the retcon for that is seeking Shanks I think Shanks gave up his arm on purpose. I mean, he obviously gave up his arm on purpose, because even back then he was saying that he bet his arm on the new generation. But I think he also just kind of took it as a opportunity, because you see it in that one flashback when Shanks was talking to Gabon, that he had like the world government thing on his arm that he lost. So I think he gave up his arm on purpose, like unironically, to get rid of his world government tattoo, or his celestial dragon tattoo or whatever. 150 is just straight up better, because the grid space is saved, the elements are slowly having grid issues. Good weapons to keep getting. Let's scroll up in chat. Thank you, Busta and Mateo. Answer my question about blindness something. Bro, I answered that joint too. Or using 149. Or it's hitting Proto when Fire Dark is 6 so. Mateo, he's just going to make it where Emo was trying to kill Garf's grandson and then bingo. 150, you're using for literally nothing. The Goku is Desmate. Use it for Bugatsu Ba, and they call it to the problem button. When his agenda posting is, man, do I hate it? Yeah, agenda piece is a whole thing, bro. What has Kong ever done? Yeah, I saw one comment that was like thinking, because I was watching like a slander video on Sengoku, and in the comments it was like thinking, okay, but where was Kong in all this? Yo, they've been coming after Kong for like 10 years, bro. Dude. Oh, 49 the same one. Loki knows he can speak with the dead one. Maybe you get less damage on something, I guess, but that doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Do you think he like cut his arm off and fed it to the shark? Yeah. I think the thing about it is I think realistically, I think he really did give up his arm to save Luffy, but I think he just took it as an opportunity to also get rid of the celestial thing. And I think also if he did do that, I think it's also kind of like symbolism in the sense that it's like he really gave up like his celestial thing to bet on the pirates and to bet on Luffy specifically. I think that's what it was. I think that's what it's for. Not saying to get a second race is all. 5-star cats obtained. Congrats. I did choose having one. I would personally prefer 149. At 150 either way, you lose too much damage for 149. 200 in just general. That I don't know. 200 and 250 is too early. Not like Shanks truly sees it as a nerf. That man just spams hockey. Yeah. Does destruction weapon in dark replace ES? For what? For what? But but yeah, dude, I don't know. I don't know. One Piece is crazy, bruh. Replace Ultima? Yeah. It should replace Ultima. I don't really know what it's replacing the ES for. To be honest, ES barely gets used anyway. Not too early on the weapons for so long, 200, 250 the damage. Damage will also have 1 4 down so much. Ultima, my biggest theory with Shanks is he takes the statement by Kaido that Haki is the strongest to the maximum. Bruh, see that's one thing that I still kind of wonder about too. I think, did I say this on Twitter? I don't remember. But I remember thinking it, that I was like, why did Shanks stop Kaido from coming to Marineford? Like, I don't really get that. Cause surely Kaido was on Whitebeard's side, right? So like, why did he stop him? Did he just really was just like, I'm afraid so many lives are gonna be lost if Kaido shows up that I just gotta stop him from coming, because then it's just gonna be a complete and utter like dead zone? Or why? Like, now that we know that Kaido and Whitebeard were like on the same group. Oh, they're gonna use Shanks missing arm as an excuse to why he will lose to his twin in the future, unironically probably. As before Ilsa gun destruction weapon. I think he think the world government is needed. Oh, Shanks? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the most logical conclusion to me is that Shanks just wanted to stop people from dying. And he knew if Kaido showed up, everybody was gonna keep him dying. Like, there were gonna be way more people that died. And like you said, the government would probably just completely collapse. Bro, Kuda and Wyvern fight about keeping Christ Velgar as much as I talk about Razio. I think the reason Roger got sick is because of the latest chapter? Is him fighting versus Emu? What do you mean? I'm behind in One Piece. Did we ever find out more about Admiral Greenbow? No. Finished all my Eva missions for part 1. My knowledge is part of fun. People really want to play water everywhere. You know. Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to gloss over it. Over you answer me the other time, it's okay. I was just messing with you. Either way, I could just load my race if I need it. I stopped reading One Piece. I bet some of you were in elementary school. Garb said that full body conquers cause harm to the body unless I read it wrong. Oh, I don't know. I don't really remember reading that, but I also don't. I pretty much only read like the scans. I don't ever read like the official stuff. So if it has clarification in the official thing as opposed to the scans, then yeah, maybe. But I don't really remember anything like that. Beast is almost as old as me. I think Shanks has been trained to use full body conquerors to deal with Emu. I'm gonna have to farm Windworm and Angel loses wings. Bro, you wouldn't have to farm Windworm if you 100 left. You'd get Lindworm mats. Just saying. I haven't done Lindworm like actually needing it in like 3 years. I've done it a couple times just to test full autos, but I haven't actually needed it in a while. Does destruction replace Ultima, generally speaking? Yeah. Pretty much unless it's an extra grid or you need the TA, it like always beats out Ultima now. So sad because I couldn't 100 lap win records. I'm out of malice fragments. Bro, that wouldn't happen if you did your dailies. I couldn't box the last story of it. Thought of myself gonna wait to bulk read this next arc. Still waiting. Dang, bro. And I was actually 7 years old. Your statement is true, Mateo. Being out of malice fragments is crazy though. I'm saying that doesn't make me feel great. Get them from my needs. That's what I'm saying, bro. They don't do their needs. They don't do their needs. Dude, you see how chill this is, by the way, bro? I've just been talking about One Piece and doing my dailies, bro. I'm just chillaxing. Although, to be honest, this isn't getting me any sands or bars. I did get a bar today, though, so I'm big chilling, but... Telephone me. New players running out of malice fragments is common. Joke about it. You joke about that until he gives you a sand. That would be nice. Some in-game people ran out of them too. Yeah, it's because people be swapping their keys. I try and hold on to my Fall Zero key as long as possible, bro. These dudes be like, dang, let me swap key like 3 times. Nah, bro, not me. Not me. Cause a lot of balance for every skill. Yeah, to get the Fall Zero key. That's what I'm saying, bro. Why do you think they don't let you use Mari support and similar buffs to do Revens? I don't know. Probably just age, I guess. I don't know. I guess like maybe like when this next raid series come out, maybe the next collab you'll be able to do it on Revens. I don't know. Yeah, I'm thinking oh yeah, they do have the prayer buffs. I guess that's true. So we got this week, and then next week is Guild War. Dude, I gotta start playing Teaking Final Fantasy again, bro. Ugh, I'm gonna kill myself. Thinking Al wants us to start Teaking prepping for the raid. I gotta start doing Final Fantasy soon. I had to buy extremity keys over and over. 14 slave, yeah. Yeah. It's because they thinking race, bro. They wanna, I mean, to be honest, I probably need a little bit of practice. Honestly, I don't need like 2 months worth of practice, I'll be honest. I don't need 2 months worth, but I could probably use like 2 to 3 weeks of like 2 to 3 weeks of like 2 days a week. Just because I literally have not been playing the game at all. I also, during either like Thanksgiving break or taking like Christmas, New Year's break, I need to I need to get Wonder Weiss through the story. Wonder Weiss is behind on the MSQ, so I need to get her up so she can do the raid. Or when we do splits, but yeah, that joins soon. Need to farm these CFA mats harder, only 1,600 to go. Forced to play the video game, unfortunately. I think I'll actually probably be okay on Viper though. Viper's still pretty easy, unironically. I probably need to get like, I kind of need to remember how to even do Ninja opener. I don't really remember how to play Ninja like at all. I'm sure it'll probably come back to me though, because once you've done a rotation enough, you kind of just know how it works. But I haven't played Ninja in a while. When you plan to do the Nikkei story stream? Whenever I feel like it. I have no idea, honestly. Amari Summon's supposed to suck? Probably. Nikkei story is pretty darn good. Live event really made me waste mats on this. Doesn't even have a sub for it. Bro, you did it. You did it. I don't know, for the mission. It's so good to anything. An event summon. Yeah. Yeah, that joint, I wouldn't expect too much. Not these AI thinking Sadala twins, bro. They don't even got the right eye color. That joint's trash. No clue what Hisoka does. Saying collab summon is for home screen skin. Yeah, I don't know what that guy does either. That's 7 million damage you have to call it. How big a summon? Multi-hit summer. Oof. 15 hit, pretty decent. Budget Modia for water. You know, time to start bringing them instead of wilderness for your picking Ball Zero solos. Dude, when's the Christmas stream, by the way? That joint's not until like the Teking. That joint's not until like Teking Christmas, right? Isn't that joint's mad late? Dang, bro. It's like a minute before we really get anything. Guess we get Guild War, but we can you hearing that track? No clue. I'm excited. If Oni Jin is actually translated on stream. Oh yeah, I gotta think about, bro. See, the thing about it is I gotta figure out what I want to do for that. Cause first of all, I gotta see who is up. Cause I was low key before he said that. I was low key thinking like, what if we do like a Teking watch party for it? Like I was thinking like, what if I asked like Oni Kane, Aku, like Tech if he's around. I don't know if DY wants to do like a partner stream because DY does his own thing. So I might leave him alone. But I was thinking like Tech, Aku, Oni Kane, if they wanted to do like a Teking like watch party for it. But I don't know who's gonna stay up for one thing, because I think everybody slept through it last time besides me. so I don't know who's gonna be up. So, but that's what I was thinking. I was like, do I want to do that? And then Oni was like, Oni Jin was like, hey, I'll translate for you. And I was like, that was cool. But then I was like, if we do the party thing, then he needs to be in there too. So it's like, and I'm not opposed to him being in there if he wants to be in there, but I don't know if he wants to talk on this stream or not. So, I don't know. Second week of December or something? Is it second week of December? I thought it was at the end of December. I'll be awake. I'm a night owl on show. All my rotation for 2 months of my sleep schedule. From 7 a.m. to 2 p.m. Yeah. Like I'll definitely be up, like regardless. Like whether or not anybody else is up with me, I'll stream it regardless. Cause I'll be up. So it's just I was just wondering like I was just thinking about if there was some other way I could make it like more fun. If there was a way I could make it more fun. They usually did it mid-December, I think. Last year they did it like 23rd, I recall. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I think it's pretty late this year. It just sucks. The only reason why it sucks is because it's just seeking it just sucks because there's not really a lot of stuff going on Grand Blue related, like news, I guess, until like a month and a half from now. Like we'll get Christmas characters, and I guess technically we'll get King. How do they do that actually? Wait, how do they do that? Because we gotta get roulette at some point during December, right? Does that joint just start? Did they not do a stream to announce that? How does that work? I forgot actually. Because we get roulette like at the start of December, right? Or like near the start? Did they just say, hey, we're getting roulette and call it a day? Or did we have a stream for that? What? Why did I see a Wind Soldier and Windworm? What's the tech here? I saw Robin Hoods and Siete. What's going on? We're getting the first 2 raids in the new raid series in December, so they might talk about the next 4 raids. Is the new raid series 2 first batch in December? My crewmate is going to Grand Blue Fest. I should ask him. Isn't roulette the whole month of December? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We get roulette after. It's after X-Men's Flash? But no, don't we have roulette for like Christmas banners too? Am I high? Am I like misremembering? I feel like we've definitely had roulette on Christmas banners before. We have roulette for 3%. We get 10s on flat. Oh, so okay, that's what I'm asking though. Do we have a stream that announces, hey, we're getting Thinking Roulette on whatchamacallit, or is that just happen? They usually announce the roulette at the very end of the stream. Get 10s on flat. Can you put in a good word to KMR Jr. so I can be blessed with X Michelin? Hey, boo boo boo. KMR Jr. Can you get X Michelin for Star Sale? Thanks. Alright, bye. 1 year ago, no way I can remember that happened. They announced during the Grand Blue Fest live thing. It just happens from memory. Well, the thing about it is I know they announce the ending roulette where they're like, hey, oh my god, there's gonna be like the Muku and the super thing on New Year's. They announce all that on Grand Blue Fest. But what I'm asking is for the roulette that happens before Grand Blue Fest. Is there like there's not another stream for that, right? That joint just happens. I think they just start doing that. My memory only goes back to yesterday. And then they announced the 200 free pulls or whatever new stuff they had. Yeah. X-Men's characters start appearing on November Lake Fest, and maybe a bit before that. No stream. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's what I thought. So that's what I'm saying though. That's what I was getting at, was just seeking that's what I was getting at, was just Grand Blue is like we're gonna get banners and stuff, but we're just not gonna get like it's gonna be a while before we actually get like the good stuff. Because we essentially gotta wait all the way until Grand Blue Fest. There's not really like anything else. Like we're gonna get Christmas banners. We're gonna get whatever this last banner is coming up for Flash. But then after that, it's like between now and Grand Blue Fest, it's just we're just kind of like chilling. So. Anywho. Is it Christmas unit or Eternal? Probably not. Probably not Uno. Because Uno already got a skin. I guess it's not impossible for him to still get one, but probably not Uno. I don't know who else though. Your new MSQ in December. 6 Christmas cake, bro. I need them to put Sarasa back in back in Earth, bro. My guess is Kame. Kame's not a bad guess. Light Kame, Light is not getting Kame, bro. I'm telling you, that man is going to win because he's going with King Esta. Especially if he's Christmas too, because Esta got a King Christmas skin. He's going with King Esta. Light Holiday 6 so you can use them with Neon. Bag, when did she leave? Bro, they're trying to take her from me, bro. And before Water Sarasa, I might just kill myself. It was actually kind of funny too when we were talking on the Thinking pre-Guild War Ramble about the rings. When we were talking about the pre-Guild War Ramble about the rings, seeking it was kind of surprising to me. I hadn't really thought about it, but Shalim really is the only character that I have double ringed. I haven't double ringed anyone else, and the only other person would be Sarasa that I'd probably double ring. But Sarasa ain't got another unit. It's crazy too, because I could unironically triple ring Shalim. So not only would she be my only double ring, but she'd be my only triple ring too. Like 6, but it hasn't happened yet. What Ellie do you want Sarasa to be in? Earth? Earth? I don't want her anywhere else. Christmas Light Mariah and Rosette about to threaten that double. Bro, I don't have the normal Mariah and Rosette rings. Also, I'm telling you, bro, dude, I'm gonna crash out so hard if Mariah and Rosette. If Mariah and Rosette get another unit and it's not Earth, I'm gonna crash out so ticking hard. I'm gonna crash out so ticking hard. As somebody who's been standing thinking Mariah and Rosette for so long, begging for thinking a useful unit, to just finally get a new unit and they're not even in the element that I like, and I think it can be tragic. Double ring Quadra and Endura, the best generals. Okay, whatever you say, pal. I don't really even know who else I would double ring besides Shalim or Sarasa, TBH. You've been using your daily triple vote for them? Not your fake stand, no. I've been using my daily triple vote for Sarasa. Everything's been going to Sarasa. Sarasa's my baby. I didn't even use one on Shalim. It's all been going. I actually need to vote today. I haven't voted today. But they've all been going to Sarasa. I ring Bakala 4 times. I don't speak facts, my guy. I would quad ring Anilla. Okay. Biggest seeking Hatsu simp. I double ringed Cal and UL. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry. I might be done. I might be done once I finish my Celeste. I might be done. Man, I see Lily White's art and it's seeking AI. Bro, I swear to God, if I see this seeking PBHL grid one more ticking time, bro. If I see this seeking PBHL grid one more time, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. This is like that classic thing that I be telling y'all about, where ticking like JP people be posting the same thing over and over again like it's seeking new. I threw six votes at Cosmos, then I realized it's pointless and stopped caring. I don't have live Bakal, by the way, so one of the Bakalas I ringed is the R version. How your vote matters. Can you even say you like a character if you don't ring them at their worst? Yeah. Yeah. You ring the R version, you're devoted. I got 1% and you Baja, I'm gonna cry. I ring Waria to extend my lunacy. Don't you have a live one? No go Mario. Big YOLO 100 and only got a gorilla out of it. Sag saying, this is my PVHL grid. This is it's literally the same thing, bro. Like we get it. We get it. You don't do TA. You don't do TA. You ticking. Use an Icarus sword and you use the ticking whatchamacallit, the destroyer weapon, bro. You just don't care about the TA. We get it. Actually, just gonna ring every divine general. A PVHL, the grid. Is the PVHL grid the same one as yes. It's literally just seeking. It's literally just what? Spinning staff, 2 PNS, 2 Exalto, 2 Impalement, Opus, Destroyer, Icarus. It's literally just that. But people like keep posting it. Someone taught me how to Sunstone and Demon Brain, but now I might lose it. You feel side gaze is moving away from one term worse with the Guild War changes? What do you mean? What Guild War changes? Stream title says Return of the Eat But Busta is making a Return of the Sheep. Is Owlcat basically the same as Demon Brain? Oh, isn't Owlcat basically the same as Demon Brain? No. You use Demon Brain. Use Demon Brain if you're doing I mean, I guess I don't know how much it's gonna matter, but you use Demon Brain if you're doing like stuff that lasts lasts a little bit longer, or if you're doing like Enmity. Just replace Ultima for Destroyer and do more damage regardless. Yeah. Come on, Sasa, you're supposed to be top 10. Owlcat lasts only one turn, but that goes better. Nightmare 250 it being way earlier. Is it? Is it 250 on the same day? 250 still on day 3, right? It's 200 that's earlier. Isn't it seeking? It's seeking. It's 95. It's 95 in prelims. 150 day 1, 200 day 2, and then 250 day 3 and 4, right? So it's still the same thing for 250. I'm the elite sheep agent. Someone didn't watch the DY collab. I would need to spend more sunstones on Owlcat than Demon Brain. Owlcat is for OTK, Demon Brain is for timer 200 per game. My U-Boss also. Time to start pop quizzes. 150 day 1, 200 day 2. How many times did Hilo mention Razio in the last stream? I don't know. 250? Yeah, 250 isn't out day 2. It's still the same day. 250 was out earlier. That would be messed up. Yeah. Yeah, probably not until we get thinking Nightmare 275, 300 or something. But yeah, it's just 200 and 150 that go up. Which is kind of funny too, by the way, because I always use my I always use like the same like party slots for Guild War, and I just replaced the setups per Guild War, but I like changed it last night. Like I like updated it. So like now I have like EX plus, I have EX plus 95, 150, 200, 250, and now I just have like an extra slot, essentially. Like I have an extra party slot now because there's just no there's no other there's no other thing to do. There's no other thing to do. I only need those. So like I have thinking. Look at these. Oh. Like I have like thinking. I got EX plus 95, 150, 200, 250, and then I just had thinking a free slot because I don't have anything else to put. For 200 use Demon Dream, I would imagine calling Owlcat twice would be better. I'm be surprised if a theoretical Nightmare 300 is on Horizon with unlimited tier raids coming out now. Need more party slots. Not gonna lie, Nightmare 300 being unlimited raids to literally unite and fight would be cool. Swarm? I don't do Teaking Swarm. I don't do Swarm. I also wonder, by the way, if Teaking... Well, see, now that I think about it, technically, now that I think about it, I actually have 2 Teaking party slots. Because Seeking... I just thought about it, 250 gets to use extra slots. So Teaking one of my parties, I gotta make a Teaking 250 extra slot party somewhere. Because that joint uses extra grids now. So technically I have 2 slots for parties. Because that 250 is not even going to get used. Because that joint's a normal party. Too good for Swarm, yes. I do Swarm once for the 50 crystal. I don't even know if I did that last time, to be real. But that's what we need more of, extra party. Yeah, that's what we need more of, is extra party slots. Why are people talking about around 203 turn, but I haven't seen the actual team yet? I don't know either. I don't know either. Don't keep up with us though. I mean, I'll figure it out once we get there. Too much stuff to be optimal, right? Just gonna top 100k and chill like always. I think I literally have everything peaking win related. I think I'm good. 200 can always troll you too. True. I went hard on dark. I'm taking it easy on this one. I'm doing my classic thinking, whatchamacallit, top 100k full auto and chill. What I'm doing. Get one free turn with Pampy, but the second one not sure. No skin to get always makes me feel less motivated. Also kind of true, yeah. My crew got a lot of new people because some of the old players weren't doing much retire left. I think we actually got a couple new people too. I remember Rest joined our crew. I can't remember who else did. But I think we got like 2 or 3 new people. I don't know. The main thing I'm still just wondering about for squad is I don't know how many people got their peaking destroyer weapon. I think that's going to be a big gap is the destroyer weapon. I don't know how many people did. I don't know how many people are doing Versusia and how many people got wind clears. I feel like I have to do extra on it so we can win around here. There's a guy who retreated from his Tiamat host. The lowest level Tiamat? I'm dead. And most people will have a 150 destruction weapon. Who's most? Who's most? Yeah, I don't know. My impression that it probably won't impact top 100k that much. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that can also I feel like there's a lot of stuff that can gap you in wind in general too. Like I feel like wind is like borderline like seeking struggle bus for a lot of people. Cause you need like characters, weapons, summons. Like there's a lot of stuff I feel like can gap you. Struggle bus for me, yo. I don't know if everyone will have 5-star destruction. Oh, yeah. Oh, is the 151 the 4-star? Yeah, I think a lot of people will have the 4-star, but I also don't know how much the 4-star is really gonna help you either. I think the 4-star one I think is good for Versusia because it can help you with the hits triggers, but I don't know how good of a slot in it's gonna be if for like Guild War. Because you don't get the extra key for like everybody else. So technically you still gotta like double up for keys. And the extra hits on MC are nice, but like I don't know if that's really gonna change that much for the average person. I'm not letting that air general Jesus skin evade me this Guild War. It's too sick not to get in one go. Outside of the game, Life Factory, another game release or content cycle. But I probably will impact it more than Instruction Weapon. What do you mean you don't have 3 Exalto, Grands, and Illustrious, a 150 Gold Moon Weapon, and something? Just waiting on collab rolls to use subtics on Noir. I wrote Illustrious and 150 Gold Moon Weapon for the amazing study. Ultima is not a bad weapon still. Yeah. I don't know. Find both Ultima and Destroyer isn't bad. True. We'll see. You hope Origin Night does? I don't know. I don't really care, TBH. I don't really care, TBH. I already said before, the fighter line was my favorite, like, line. Like, the Berserker line is my favorite line, so that was the one I was looking forward to the most. The rest of them I kind of don't really care. Not sure how much is up for the cable effect things though. Oh, Origin Knight lets the Spirit Illustrious become usable. Hand on shoulder, You're waiting until Origin Lancer. Will we get 1% people? 1000%. How do we get Origin Wizard? I wonder if they'll add Baby Impalement Magna weapons with 2 skills instead of 3 with the upgraded raid series, probably. But you can use fronting with it? Yeah, but that joins a defensive class. That's what I was saying yesterday, bro. That joins a defensive class. So my expectations for damage are not high. And like we were talking about earlier, what Earth needs is seeking damage. I don't need defense. I mean, defense would be nice too, but I need damage. Yeah, I think they'll probably get a Baby Impalement. Love of God, let me get free to play skill supplemental on Earth. I'm begging. Magna skill supplemental light. You guys don't need supplemental. You guys are fine. Alright, apparently get 2K from the president, bruh. Dude, I saw that tweet, and then somebody quote retweeted it with the thinking smiling friends thing, where the the smiling friends president gave out thinking money, and then Pimp's like, wait, don't do that, thinking you'll crash the economy, and he's like, we're gonna need that money back, and then then Charlie's like, bruh, check the news, it doesn't matter what channel. These Versusia pubs are so painful, man. I lost too much of my lifespan here. Just carry them, dude. What are you doing? I think Magna Light needs it bad. Improving Grounds Claw. That dude is saying random stuff on Twitter. Yeah, bruh. Dude, I'm getting hungry, bruh. I'm ending. Did that say snow? Oh, heck no. I thought that joint said snow on my ticking weather forecast on my phone. Yeah, I'm gonna end once I finish these Celeste. Getting hungry. About to air fry me some chicken, bruh. What's happening with the president? There was like a tweet that said like most Americans are gonna get $2,000 or something for something. I don't even know what it was for. You see his brilliant plan for healthcare? No. Mere PNG. Try to ignore everything the multi-fried chicken has to say. Is this AI? No. I think I'm too scared to try moving more post G50. I'm dropping 40 mil honors as darkest, and I feel like it's just unwinnable because there's some dude that's been sitting at 9.5 the whole time. Yeah, I saw people complaining about labor bots in raids. Honestly, I haven't done a pub versus Susia since I finished my tidings, so I don't really know what it's like right now. I also play Earth, so I'm already like I'm already getting rid of one labor bot. Donald Trump reportedly signed some luminaire. Remember when I did my taxes and that moron was first elected? It took like 6 months of my stimulus and tax refund to get to me. Doesn't help on black women, aka not his target audience. Hey, bro. The worst is when you have two labor bots share your chain. Yeah. That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying when I made the thinking that Earth like explanation video. I was like, if you can move, you should be moving. Like, I'm not asking you to thinking MVP the raid, but like, you should be moving as much as possible. Like, screw the DPT, bro. If you don't have that thinking chain at the end, you're cooked. And you're gonna cook your carry too, because seeking, you're holding them down. I don't know what it is in this country being more attached to sensationalism, star power. Like, yo, let's make TV so isn't political figures. What can go wrong? Your labor boss is probably too much. If I run this 6 mil omen at final gauntlet, it might. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, bro. That's what I'm saying. Like, dude, like if you're like you gotta move. You gotta move. Like, I bet you there's probably still people that are like straight up like sitting at taking like 8 or not 80 hits, 68. There are probably still people sitting at 68 for the whole taking time pre-Jodo. And then they're also coming into like the second part and then just doing their labor and calling it a day. And that's how they do every single versus Zia. And it's like, bro. It's like, bro. We need you to do something. Draconic Providence, my dart gun right now. If I save my sands for border gun. Decision. I mentioned when politics was boring. Random old white dudes saying basically the same thing, but with slightly different way. 100%. I'm telling you, they just call 000 first call for 68 and sit. Then 000. Yeah. Literally. Actually, I'll just wait until I get my collab sand to do my dark draconic. Oh god, I thought you just said free Johto. My whiplash thinking you were talking about Pokemon out of nowhere. That's what I thought they were talking about when we were thinking world progging, bro. I didn't realize the thinking trigger was called Johto, and I thought they were saying Johto too. And I was like, why are you guys talking about Pokemon? They're like, are we at Johto yet? I'm like, what? Huh? But yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Bro, see, this is why they need to fix Earth, bro. If they fix Earth, that would be one less labor bot, bro. But the element's so dog water and ain't nobody got Andromeda, so what do you want them to do, man? Isn't that the versus you're releasing that new Pokemon game? Yeah. All good. I mean, I got my 5-star weapon for dark, but I was trying to farm more mats for the other LAs with these pub moves. Honestly, bro, you got to get in one of those seeking. You got to get in one of those seeking. Although to be honest, like if you're playing dark, dark's gonna be hard to Tekken get in regardless. There's a lot of people play Tekken dark, but you got to get in one of those seeking high level servers. Do you think the Dark Impalement character will be? I'm betting on Grand Cagliostro. Cagliostro already has a grand. She already has a grand. Joining in as Dark is so hard. I mean, I feel like the easy pick would be like Ilsa or Eustace. One of those two. I don't know who else though. I don't really have any other like I mean I guess Wei is still on the table, I guess. But I don't really have any like I don't have any off the wall suggestions like I did with Medusa. Where Medusa I was just like I really in my heart of hearts I believe Medusa could get a grand. But I don't really know any other people besides like Ilsa and Eustace. I mean, to be honest, bro, they've been dropping grands from thinking random stuff, so it might not even be somebody you're thinking about. It could be thinking it could be like a Rage of Bahamut character that you don't even know about. Joining as dark as hell. Can you join those clubs that ask 5-star weapon? The clear rate is pretty decent. And Dolphin has a grand too, didn't stop them from making a second. I forgot she had one already. Depends on your standards too. Forgot about her. I'd be down for a second grand, bro. Dude, if we got a grand Earth Cagliostro, that's a day one ring. What about Medusa sisters? Yeah. I mean, I guess they're always on the table too. I'm a dummy. I'll beat my Ultima dagger. What am I Ultima done earlier today? Friends Way is back on the menu after she showed up to mysteriously vanish. And the did she really? I still haven't read the MSQ, by the way. I still haven't read the MSQ. I still only skipped it. Crazy when the 5-star weapon ones I joined don't clear. Right. I skipped MSQ too. I mean, I still want to read it. I just had to skip it because I needed Awakening 10 to do the Tekken raid. I haven't even gotten to Estalucia yet. Oh, funny meme on Twitter that it's on the spoiler channel. Grand Mariah Rosette. Oh my god. Now that would be something. If we get Grand Earth Mariah Rosette, you know they watch the stream. You know they watch the stream because there ain't no way. There ain't no way. Grand Gagu. Dude, I saw it thinking I didn't know that what the guy's name was until I looked at it on Twitter yesterday. Thinking the new Guild War boss is like what's it called, like Bagu or something? And Grand Blue Yin was like, is this the upgraded Dagu or something? Grand Ryan Rosette equals 20 gifted memberships. Seasonal is still. Elsa's next in versus, so it makes sense. Yeah. Gagu, yeah. Grand Alethea? Bro, I don't want that crap. I don't want that crap. When's Flash, by the way? Thinking this weekend, I guess? Or early next week? I'm still, ever since somebody brought it up that joint could be on Tiki Next Flash, it's got me thinking. I'm wondering now, I'm like, dang, bro, are we gonna get Tiki Impalement then? I wonder. And I wonder. After the 18th, because that's when collab ends. Oh, maybe. I don't know. That society character makes the most sense to me. Yeah. It's been a while too. I just the only thing that kind of throws me off about Eustace and Ilsa though is like I still remember from Zeta's Fate episode that Ilsa was saying the next two closest people to like I don't know if it's like fully syncing or whatever Zeta did with Arvis. She said the next two people that were closest were Vasaraga and Beatrix. So it makes me think that that's kind of a way of saying that Beatrix and Vasaraga will be the next two society grands. So like Ilsa and Eustace are still on the table, but my assumption would be that Beatrix and Vasaraga would come out before them. And I don't think Beatrix or Vasaraga is going to be keeping Earth personally. I mean, I would love Beatrix to be Earth, but they both were originally Dark. And I'm not saying they're both going to be Dark either, but I also just feel like considering Ilsa and Eustace were originally Earth, I feel like it's more likely one of them would be Earth, if not both, as opposed to just throwing Beatrix into it too. So I could be wrong, but ever since that Fate episode, I've just, in my head, I've just assumed Vasaraga and Beatrix would be the next ones. Just to follow that plot line. Grand Earth Beatrix. I mean, that would be another Insta-ring TBH, but I just, like I said, I assume it's gonna be. And also, Ilsa just got Teking Bridal Ilsa too. So it kind of makes me think that Ilsa's not gonna get another unit. So it's like Eustace is available, but I also just think Vasaraga or Beatrix would come first. I hope it's not another grand dude. Bro, you guys are destined. You guys are destined to bare minimum give Vasaraga in Dark. There's no way. There's no way Vasaraga is in Dark. But taking Beatrix, I guess, is up in the air. I'm gonna do my thinking. I said I was gonna end, but let me do this real quick. Oh, you meant for Earth, yeah. Yeah, no, I really don't. I don't like Eustace, but he's probably gonna end up being thinking. He's probably gonna end up being Earth. I think I'm gonna go King Eat though. I'm gonna do these Rose Queens real quick, and then I'm gonna do my Animus too. But then I'm gonna go eat because I'm hungry. I ate earlier, but the only time I've eaten today. Dude, I gotta get back on my Teking. I'm gonna try and go to the gym tomorrow, and I might try and get back on my Teking diet plan. Because I want to drop like high key, like another like 17 pounds. Dark used to save my life with Cosmos. Emmanuel, he's my goat. He will not be here for the next stream though. Okay. One day I'll get this shield, bro. One day. But today is not that day. More paladins and Mugans. It's nice to see. I told you, bro. You need it for the ecosystem. You need it for the Mugen ecosystem. I actually thought about I need to find where it is. I actually thought I might look into doing that taking like Hecate had a lot of taking Hecate had a lot of full autos for stuff that was using the taking that was using the draconic like reduction key that everybody just kind of said like, hey, we're not doing that because we're not swapping our draconic. But like now that we have the destroyer weapon, I might try some of those. Cause you get the reduction on that instead. Plus more damage. I'll just stop joining the phase one. Or the 1-6 phase 2 ones. No one actually joined mines for a while. To Wan man? The Rise of the Beast summon? The heck? What the heck? Bum Goku's feats post time skip extreme diff rice crackers. I told you, bro. They're roasting King Sengoku, man. They are roasting that man. Oh, it's crazy. Why not use Bonito at that point? No. With 30 less damage taken from fire. Not safe for Art of Sengoku? What the heck? I think I'm done. I'm gonna keep doing my other dailies. I'm gonna do Thinking. I gotta do Thinking Siegfried, Cosmos. These three. I need to do my Lucifer. And my Thinking. I even got back to doing 6 dragons because they're all like 2 turns. I'm gonna do those, but I'm gonna go Thinking. I'm gonna go eat though. I'm hungry. While Garp yells in for help. My goodness, that's too many dailies. Ah, bruh. You gotta get that joint done, bruh. Gotta be ready for anything. We got Cat Clarice and the Scamtress on that P. Nice. Do PBHL and skip. Alright, who's seeking dang, Crazy Ollie. Playing. Oh, that's Raura. Dang, and they got Fuamoko in there too. Alright, yeah, we're hosting Ollie. Gotta get ready for the M3 skips. Yup. Thanks for the stream. You're welcome. Alright, but yeah, I'm out. Have fun. See ya. I'll see y'all when I see ya.